podcast. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio.
Yeah.
The world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to plane. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Woo, 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 woo. Shout out to everybody tuned in, paying attention. You already know what it is. It's the bearded one here.
Yes, and S.I Shawn in a place to be.
Yes, we are here. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Yes, we are in the building. Sorry for the tardiness. You already know what it is, but it's a beautiful summer out there. And you know what? It don't look like we the only ones that's showing up tardy because of the traffic. And we're going to have a lot to talk about that today. If you live in New York City,
Yep.
the FDNY EMT
Yep.
union leader says,
What they say?
he said that if you have a cardiac arrest in New York City, there's a good chance you won't make it.
Ooh, but why is that though? I think we should tell him why that is.
He said, due to the speed limit,
Yep.
due to speed cameras,
Red light cameras,
bike lanes, and he said streets that's being closed for green streets, he said it takes a longer time to get to you.
So basically, everything in the scamdemic is now plaguing them too. So it's not like it's not just us, y'all. But keep that in mind. Like,
keep that same energy.
Yo, that's a fact. So because see, I guess, and this is when I say though, bear the one, you know, aka the Jaywalker.
The Jaywalker. Shout to Seneca. He's in the building.
Let's go. This is my thing. Like I asked him, do you think they think about these things when they discussing it? There's no way there's no way they got this whole thing mapped out. It's no way, son, because they had to know, like, yo, hold on. This is gonna affect them too.
Son, they don't care. Son,
they don't care.
They don't care,
that's
son.
it. Son.
Yo, the speed limit, I'm telling you. And listen, we got more. First off, shout to my guy, Dar Spalding in the building as well. Yeah. Don't forget, tune in, drop your like, drop your comment so we can shout you out. Now, here's the funny part. You ready for this, kid?
Let's go.
You ready for this?
Let's go.
Because at the end of the day, it looks like we're not the only one saying something.
Oh, snap.
But everybody want to win something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what that means for us? That means that they're going to continue doing what they do. So with that being said, we got to jump right in, man. They talking about the speed. Yeah, we talking about the speed limit in Europe. So for those that don't know, just the other day, Europe has passed one of the craziest speed control measures ever. Your car now has to come with a GPS controlled speed limiter.
Really?
Yes. And they passed it. So now new cars are going to come like that in Europe.
Hold on. Remember, we talked about something about that, though, a little while ago.
Bring it up, please. Remind the people.
So this was in the earlier shows, right? We was discussing how they want every new car to come with the control speed limit and to come with the the GPS tracking on it. But when you think about it, the cars already come with that now. But now they want to, I guess with this though, they want to like amplify it though. To not have it like in like a different part of one of the ECUs. They want it to be its own sort of mechanism inside the vehicle.
Yo, and that's what I'm saying. First off, shout to my guy Dave.
Let's go,
Super Dave. First out to the next stop in the building. As usual, you know how we get down, man. Yes, that is exactly.
Son, that's exactly crazy, what's going on, son.
And we're gonna talk about it. Yo, people be acting like it's not going on, kid. They be like, yo, nah. Yo, you know how many people I see in the middle of the street? And it's hilarious. It's hilarious. They see me. They be like, yo, bearded one, what's going on? And I be telling them, I be like, they be like, here you go with that car stuff again. I be like, keep watching.
Yeah, for real.
They not finished.
Nah, son. And that's another thing with the EV deal, right?
Yep.
Let's go. You know,
It was easier to do this when there was EVs.
That's a fact.
They
That's a
won't talk
fact.
about that.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
fact. And that's what the whole premise with that was, because then again, right, with that, they could stop the whip, track the whip. They can do anything they want to do with them EV joints. But now they see that the EVs are starting to fall to the wayside a little bit. They're like, you know what? Y'all want the gas powered cars? No problem. Let's track everything you do, though.
GPS tracking.
Come on, son.
Listen.
Yo, son.
It's crazy. And we're going to talk about it because, again, when we talked about it, it wasn't happening.
No, it wasn't.
They were trying to pass it.
Yep.
Now they've passed it.
Yo, this sounds awfully familiar. I feel like we talked about something else that they was trying to do, but they didn't do it yet. Then a couple weeks, months later, it was done.
Oh, that's everything. Speed cameras. Speed limit.
Everything for real.
Bus cameras.
For real.
We named it. Rally Radio been putting y'all on. And not for nothing, for those that know, don't let your friends walk around blind, man. Let them know there's two dudes over here.
Factory.
On YouTube, 12 noon to 2. Bars and Hoops Radio. They could download the app. They want to hear us live. We telling them. We letting them know. Yo, it's going down out here, man. Yo, if they can do this with the speed limit, they can do this with you. They can do. Yo, I'm telling you, kid.
You got to keep in mind, man. All of it, a part of it is about power, right? What's the ultimate power, son?
Control,
right? Controlling every movement, knowing what you're doing. Hell, we walk around with them or drive around with them already. These cell phones.
Yo, and if you think they're not giving up that data,
for practically nothing, probably neither. They probably like, yo, listen, we're going strong arm. Now what? All right, hey, you got it. Take the data.
They like, yo, not even that. They like, yo, listen, man, remember that deal that we, that crisis we averted? Because with them Takata airbags, we could have sued all of y'all for a lot of bread. We could have really let people get loose on you, but we're not gonna do that. But instead, you got to do. Listen, man,
it's like quid pro quo kind of deal.
Woo! He said the magic word.
It's like one of those, right? Yo, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, right? Like that's what it is. In this case, we're gonna get the people like we always do.
Get the people.
Damn, son.
Listen. They don't want to talk about that. Shout to my guy Seneca. He said they didn't think this to shout. The New York transplants, the New York transplants complained and no one thought it through. That GPS-ish got to be against someone constitutional amendment. America. Shout to Seneca because he's 1,000% right.
Seneca's on the ball, but guess what? They don't care about no flipping, dipping constitution. What? Care about that? How about when, right? Before 9/11 even happened, right? They were doing something when they was already tapping in and tracking, right?
Called it No Child Left Behind.
Right? And then after the fact, they got even wilder with the whole idea, son. That's when it came with all these cameras, these phones and everything like that to keep track of us, to watch us. So they don't care about our Constitution.
And what do we say? They create the problem and then fix it.
That's what they do, son. They create the problem, then they fix it. Then they want us to be so thankful and all that after they already started all this mess. Man, they don't care, B.
They don't care.
This is just another play out the book, son.
Another play out the book. But shout to all the other smaller constituents who actually follow through with it, aka Mayor. What do you call her? Mayor Veneer.
Mayor Veneers.
Boy. Because they follow through with it. Listen, how long this speed thing been going on? We talked about this last week. Been going on for years, and they just kept it. So it lets you know that, listen, there's an agenda. There's a top agenda here that you got to keep going on because nobody disagree with it at all.
That's
in power. Come on.
If they did disagree, they got silence one way or another. Factory one way or another.
Boeing whistleblower, you say? It was like, off with your head. Now, but it is what it is.
But that's what I'm saying, son. They doing it in our faces, like, yo, you want to talk? Look what happened.
Yo.
And look, we haven't heard nothing else about the Boeing situation never again. It's just away. Are you kidding? I
can't for a nah. The whistleblowers then came to light, bro.
Oh, they came back?
Yeah, it's been getting crazy. So another whistleblower came out and said they're just wild and safe. Word. Said that they just be doing stuff, building stuff, and doing stuff just off GP. He actually went to the government with that. He went to go sit on the stand. He said, listen, I don't know what it is, but sometimes they build things. He said that they use used material and pass it off as new.
What you mean?
When they do the inspections. Yeah. Crazy.
So you're trying to tell me, right? Let's say we building a car from the factory and I'm about to use this used Cadillac converter that got 300,000 miles on it.
Bingo.
We're gonna clean it down a little bit though. Give it the treatment, but it's new again.
Bingo. But they doing that with titanium.
Yo, those things don't even have a long lifespan. So what are you talking about, son?
They doing it with aluminum. How many times you done tried to use aluminum foil over again, you dirtbag? Like,
Yo, every time you use it, that thing gets weaker and weaker, son. That's how it goes.
I think when I'm at the barbecue, right, and I need to wrap something up and go, and I just take the aluminum off the macaroni salad. Like, give me this. Wrap a hot dog and burgers and get about my business.
Yo, but instead they using this for fasteners, for the doors, for the wings, for the turbines. Come on,
for
son.
the fuselage,
Come
the
on,
rudder. They
son.
like this. Yeah, son. Just use that old aluminum right there, boy.
Quality control.
Listen, neither here nor there. We got so much that we want to talk about. And trust me, first of all, we want to shout out to everybody who's tuned in. We appreciate y'all, man. I know we came in late, but at the same time, we definitely want to get to the business. And Rally Radio got a couple of things we're going to forego and we're going to go through. We're going to talk to about with y'all. But before we even go any further, I wanted to talk about something that S.I Shawn brought up. And now I feel like we can't get around it now.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. This got to be my guy, Parker. Rally Radio. Who?
You already know.
We already know
Let's
who it
go.
is. Shout to my guy Parker. Y'all missed your phone calls, kid. Yo, I was that day. I can't front. I put the phone down and picked the glass up.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah,
that's real.
I was talking to Shawn all week, man. Did he tell you that I took the Hayabusa to North Carolina?
He told me, but I'd rather hear from you. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about
All
it,
right, man. Let me tell you real quick, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing. The first thing is, I would choose that bike over the next ride instead of the Harley Davidson.
Oh,
that's one.
Yo, that's ridiculous, son.
Oh,
that changes the whole game. I'm telling you, son.
Yeah, you know why? Because the difference of that bike is different than just it makes the road like it just makes you one with the road, man. And I did a lot of research on that Hayabusa. Everything on that bike was built to break the wind, so you don't feel no wind. All you're doing is just going. You know, everything was a smooth ride, man.
Cut it.
A smooth ride.
Cut it. It's doing nothing but. Let me tell you, for those that don't know, the Hayabusa that Parker's talking about here is a touring bike. It's like
it's a sports touring bike.
It's a sports touring.
Wait, no, is it a super sport touring though? Right? Isn't it like a
super sport touring bike?
Yeah,
Come on, number one sport touring bike in the world.
That's what I'm saying, son. So at the end of the day, when I looked at the reviews, I remember if you don't mind me to reminisce for a minute, Parker. Oh, we got a little bit of time.
Go ahead.
The first Hayabusa I ever seen, I happened to be riding my 750.
Yeah,
and you know, he ran up on me on the light. You know, yo, what's going on? You know how you do. Yo, what's up, bro? Boom, boom, boom. Like nice bike, or whatever. You know, the light turned green. He dropped the hammer. You know, I dropped the hammer a little bit. I'm like, yeah, and then he really hit the hammer. Gone. Bike fast. Yeah, bike fast. Bike is really fast. Don't get it twisted. Bike is really fast.
Even with the additional weight?
Even with the with the additional weight, it is fast. So now the next one I see was turbocharged.
Oh, I never seen a turbo one. You seen a turbo one in person?
I seen it roll with the guy and everything. He couldn't control it. The way it was going in the boost, he couldn't control it. So T25 turbo, Garrett turbo, really small turbo for those.
So you need
these are right. And I mean, he was making 499 horsepower.
No,
I swear on everything I love.
What?
He had the dyno sheets in. He was proud of it.
He said he was proud of it.
Shout to my guy Sales. He tuned in early. He was proud of it. But the booster, it's like the turbo came off the exhaust, obviously, right? Had a little cone coming out the side. And the best tuning that he could get was the
what?
Was the
not the dyno jet, what?
No. Man, it's gonna come to me later.
Yeah.
But he had like a power pack in the back of it.
Okay.
He said he
Power
commander, right. He upped his injector size.
Yeah.
And from there, if you seen a booster, you knew that the person was either a serious rider or the bike was done up to the point where you didn't really want to ride it. Right or wrong, Parker?
You're right about that one.
So now you're starting to see less of them. And you know why you're seeing less of them?
Why?
Because of the price. And a lot of people can't afford a mistake on that bike. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like you really gotta be this is not a bike for beginners. You're not gonna jump on a Hayabusa and be like, I just started.
Yeah.
This is gonna make you pay.
So the one that Parker has, right, or that model, I maybe only seen maybe like less than a handful, but like the older Hayabusas, like for some reason, like when I'm on the LIE, I be seeing a couple of them, like the old ones, maybe like what's the second generation like?
That's like
05?
the 05.
Yeah, I see like a lot of 05s in between there, maybe like some 03s or something like that.
Right,
yeah.
05, 07. See, 99, I believe it was 99.
I've seen 2 of those in the last 3 years.
And those are the ones that came with no limiter.
Oh.
So those are the ones.
It was the one in 1999.
You know what I'm talking about. So they came with no limiter.
220 miles an hour.
220 miles. Shout out to Jessica Grandy. She's in the building early. What's up, everybody? She says.
Let's go. What's going on?
The thing is, right, they were highly sought after at that point. Now, you the only people you see with them are serious riders.
Probably. I agree.
Serious riders. And let me tell you, the fact that it is like that, I want one really bad. I'm going to get one next year. I don't care what nobody.
And the turning is beautiful. Like, they built this bike to the point where, like, honestly, like, I was leaning at 30 miles an hour around a curve. And to tell you the truth, every curve I went around, the way they set that bike up, like, the bike can detect when you're leaning and it'll stay on that lean. So you can let your hands go and still stay on that lean.
That's crazy. That's something I would never want to test, but I hear you.
For real, really? So it has like what is it called? Lean detection or something like that it got on there?
Yeah,
probably?
lean detection.
Corner or something.
Hill
strange.
detection.
Yeah. Damn.
Range detection, everything. And it just complies with your movement. And you can also shift the gears without pulling in the clutch. So it's basically for the rider. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the ride. You don't have to do a whole lot to get that bike going, man, because it's ready to go. And I went from Richmond to North Carolina doing 120 to 150 miles per hour.
How did that feel? Did it feel different than like the 750? Like, so what was the experience with that?
Well, the difference between the Hayabusa and the 750, when I got to 120 on the 750, the bike started to shake.
Yes.
When I got to 120, the bike was like, yo, I could do some more. Yes. What you want to do? You know?
It's giving you the Rick James.
When I got down, what's up?
It's giving you the Rick James, like, cold last night. It's like, come on.
And the way they built that bike, man, it breaks the wind. And once you get down and you hug that bike, you're definitely in the pocket. So I was just going all the way down to I-95, just looking through the visor, bro.
Sheesh.
And it's amazing. And the way they built that bike with the fairings, you can rest your arms on the bike, so you're not tired.
It's a touring. That's the touring part. That's the tour. I'm gonna tell you, that's the touring part. And not for nothing, this Hayabusa right here is the first with all the different aids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it has different things because, like I said, people didn't buy them because it's a very serious bike. You know what I mean? Like
so they didn't get it for that reason.
They didn't get it because a lot of the people, let's keep it a buck. A lot of people that are on bikes right now, they really can't ride. They really, you know.
But that's where all these aids and stuff come from, though.
Right.
That's exactly where they derive from. Is
because they wanted to sell the bike.
Yeah.
And you know why they want to do that? Shout to Parker. Is because they won't be around much longer.
Nah, not at all.
That Hayabusa will not be around much longer.
Not at all. Yo, tell the people out there what color scheme you got.
Oof.
I have the charcoal gray and red. Yeah. And when I brought it down, everybody was like, Miles Morales. I said, you know what? That's the name of the bike. So now I got to get a jacket, got to get the Spider-Man HJC helmet, and that's it, man.
Fire.
So the name of the bike is Miles Morales. Bro.
That's fire right there. That's hot.
Yo, I can't front. Even I was like when I was watching Biker Boys the other day. So they have like a museum, a motorcycle museum in LA.
Yeah.
And Smoke's bike is in there.
Oh, snap.
That Hayabusa that he was riding with the Muzzy exhaust. First off, if you got any bike with a Muzzy exhaust on, I know you got time on two wheels. As that's a old school, not system? Old school now it is.
Yeah.
Compared, especially for Suzuki.
More than 20 years. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Especially for Suzuki. But he had that. The movie came out in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mhm.
2005.
Really? I thought it was
Yeah,
03 though.
2003, 2005, somewhere around there.
Around
I thought it
there,
was 03.
right?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
around the time where the Hayabusa did not have the rev limiter. It didn't have a fuel cut, so it could go as far as you can power it. You know what I'm saying? But that motorcycle isn't there. And this, you know what is it to me? The Hayabusa to me has always been one of those bikes that you kind of always want. Can you afford it? You know, you gotta have a place to put it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout to Parker one more time for.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Actually,
because when I came down here, and all of my uncles got Vulcans, Harley Davidsons, and stuff, and they said, "Yo, nephew, you can leave your bike right here on the yard. Nobody gonna touch it." I said, "Nah, put it in the shed."
You already know. They catch you when you sleep.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you this one thing. Let's bring it to the cars right now.
Let's go.
Since I came down on my bike and I put it in the shed, he let me borrow the Cadillac Eldorado, 1996.
A 96
Clean.
Eldorado.
Clean right there. That's
Eldorado,
nice.
man.
That's nice.
You
to tell
know
you the truth, I did not know how to turn that car on. I said, "Where's the button?"
Oh, snap.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the truth, kid.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you really want to know what luxury and comfort feels like, drive one of them old caddies, bro.
Yeah, seriously, word.
Absolutely. Sleepy time in there, man. Word up. You be like this, just going.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Now that you took the trip down to North Carolina, right? And you rode so did you do bags or did you just do a book bag?
I just did a book bag. I did the shell book bag, and it's built to where it fits around the jacket. So everything is just aerodynamics once you're on the bike, along with that book bag, man.
Nice.
Everything is smooth.
Nice.
Yeah. So the only thing I brought down was one pair of jeans and all my electronics. So now I'm at Walmart buying clothes.
But yo, I'm not mad because that's packing smart. That's packing smart. People don't understand when you're doing a road trip on a bike.
Man,
you can't bring everything you would bring in a car.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely.
Wow. Yo, that's first shout to Parker.
Telling you, son. Parker be outside.
So Parker, you gonna take this run with us to Canada?
Man, listen, man.
You have inspired us,
man. I got 7 more sick days. What you want to do?
Man. That's it, son. That's it.
Yo, I hear you loud and clear, kid.
Yo, Parker, I gotta ask you, did you so did this run break in the bike or like how did that go?
Man, this run did what it was supposed to do. And when I got down here and everybody was like, "Yo, what probably came down on his bike?" Right? It was like, and my uncle was like, "Yeah, he came down with the Hayabusa." First thing they said, "Is it stretched?" You know? Like, no, I just got it.
I'm telling you.
You know,
it's funny you say that because, like I said, that's what you see with Hayabusas now. They either stretched and it's to me that's like caging a raven or caging a hawk or caging a Hayabusa, which is a peregrine falcon. Yeah, that's what the name stands for. You caging it. You're not really releasing.
Nah, you're not, son. That's why I couldn't do that too. I feel like that's it's injustice. That's injustice.
So you've inspired us, Parker. It sounds like we're gonna put the bags on the bikes and take a road trip.
That's a fact.
That's
son.
it.
Take a road trip. But that's the only way that we really gonna, do this thing here, man. I first though, shout to Parker.
Let's go, son.
Let's go, Parker. Once again, living life. We out.
That's it. So now letting the time pass by.
We outside.
That's it. Outside.
Yeah. What's your next trip, Parker? When you come home, what's your next trip? Besides that.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, right now, like my mind is it's the summertime. So what I'm going to do is just get on the bike and go.
Damn.
You feel me?
I hear you.
That's it. Just get on the bike and go. Like once, honestly, like once you're a bike rider and you're on a highway and you know what you need and you know where the destinations to pick up, and just in case if there's a dealership you need to tune up, this, that, and the third. So the mindset is more of just making sure that you can get to your destination safe wherever you're going and you can get back. And I stayed down here for a little bit longer because I checked the forecast in different states.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that every state was sunny the way I was coming down is more that it's coming up. And even though it's still going to be raining, I got the whole gear on. So, you you make it do what it do, and you know you're gonna be in different weather
That's it, son.
situations.
Yo,
So
son.
it is what it is.
I live
you
for the
know?
rain.
Yo, I can't front. Every rally we ran into a wild rainstorm.
All
son.
the
Every
time,
trip.
son. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Every trip, kid.
That's a fact. Even a run to the sun to VA, to
Rain,
Maryland, yeah,
rain.
son. Yeah, son.
When we went to the Dragon's Tail,
Yeah.
hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
We went to upstate.
Yep.
Different kind of rain. I was like, it came out of nowhere.
Yep.
But we had, Parker, we had a good time.
Hold on, well, I got one more, and then I'm gonna let it go. Yo, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I always drove down to North Carolina, but on the bike, it changed my whole perspective on enjoying the scenery, enjoying the road. Oh yeah, and all the 18-wheelers moved to the side, honked their horn and waved their hand. Was like, yo, take it, go. Like they want to see me go, and I just boom. You know what I'm saying? And then they all just blew their horn and then flash their lights, and it is what it is. And then the police officers in Virginia, they all ride. So I'm already doing the $120. I can't stop, slow down to 70. So I just nod my head, saluted them, and kept booking.
Yo, that's hilarious. He said I kept booking like this.
What do you want me to do?
Boy, I don't know
What do you want me to do? Yo, let's go. That's what I'm talking
I don't
about,
know.
son.
I'm gonna look at them troopers like I'm sorry, bro.
Yo,
And then I'm going all
I'm
the way
throttling
down.
it.
I'm going all the way down. You're gonna catch me at the border, son.
Telling you, son. Telling you, son.
All right, brothers. Yes, so I'm gonna tune into the radio.
Yes.
I mean, I appreciate the answer.
That's a fact.
Yo,
That's a fact.
Not only that, Parker, don't forget, man. We're gonna set up a road trip to Canada. I think it's necessary.
Nah, that's fair right there. Canada's not bad, son.
Because we're gonna have to test this. We're gonna have to test this theory because I believe that when it come down to riding long distances, yo, you got to be prepared. You got to, and that's really what we're gonna talk about the next time around, like the preparation. Like, how long did it prep you, or did you just go? How long? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you prep? Like, as far as packing, or like, it's so many questions we got, man. We're gonna have to bring you up. I just got up and left.
Wow. Yo, I'm telling you, son. Parker don't be playing, son. I respect that. 100%. Son. He be going. He be going, son. He ain't letting the time pass him by. The bit one, like, yo.
I just gotta go like this and sigh. Like,
that's it, son. Time to start jaywalking, son.
Time to start jaywalking.
Telling you, son.
Yo, you already know what it is, Parker. We appreciate you for the call, my brother.
Yes, sir. No doubt. You gotta take it easy now.
All right, take it easy. Peace.
All right, peace.
Later. Shout to Parker.
Shout him out.
Shout to Parker for going live. He was like this, nah, I'm going. If that's the case, then we could ride the bikes to the Dragon's Tail.
This is what I'm saying.
Boy, I'm telling you. And after going down there and seeing them guys.
Yo, you seen them out there.
Remember when we was down there and the dudes had garbage bags on because it was raining? I said, yo, these cats is wild.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're like, yo, it is what it is, man. We out here to have fun.
They had you're right. They had the little clear garbage bags on or whatever type of rain deal. That's it.
That was it.
They had regular riding pants on. They was outside.
They had garbage bags and they punch holes in the bottom and the sides for arms, and they could put their head through it. Pause, and that's it. And they was rocking, kids. Shout to Parker, man, once again, for taking a Hayabusa on the road.
That was cool, son. That was cool.
But one of the reasons we even talking about today is because if you leave it up to the EU, you won't be able to take nothing like that on a road trip. Shout to my guy Parker. You already know what it is. I'm telling you, the way that they want to do this speed control thing is like, this is what we was talking about. Nationwide speed control.
Yeah.
And if you think the United States is not going to give it a shot, you are wrong. You are wrong. But trust me, we got so many other things we're going to talk about today. But before we jump into it, I already know. What's that famous question you asked before that?
What's one of the craziest wheels, good or bad, you seen this week?
Oh,
hooped out or something fly, exotic, something, anything that was hot.
So today, just now, on my way in, running a little behind schedule.
Yeah.
I go to get on the highway.
Yeah.
Porsche 911 turbo.
Okay.
Right? I want to say
fire.
What, 99991?
Okay.
And I mean, like, he was not driving this thing the way he was supposed to. That's the only thing I can say that upset me. Because we get on the highway.
Yeah.
Right? I'm in the Type R.
Yeah.
And I see him. and he's like not moving. You know how you going to get on the southern state? And he gets on the southern state and he punches it a little bit, then he backs off. But I'm already punching it.
Yeah.
So now I'm punching. I see him hit the brake. I go around him, right? And when I go around him, I look and he looks at me. I'm like, yo, nice car. He's like he don't know what he's doing behind the wheel.
Because he probably don't, huh?
I was shocked. I mean,
are we really though? Because we just heard that, Porsche's no longer dropping the 911s with a clutch in it. I mean, I guess we already could come to the, assumption that Porsche don't produce drivers.
Ooh.
They don't produce drivers.
I wouldn't go that far.
Listen, I'm drawing a line in the sand, son. I don't know. I'm drawing a line in the sand, B. That's all I'm doing, son. He looked at you like, I just spent $200 on this. I don't know what I'm doing, fam. I'm sorry.
I can't front. And you know what? It seemed the only thing he understood was the gas pedal. It seemed like when he went to a certain...
When he got in the booth, he's like, I'm good.
Like, okay, I'll give you a prime example, right? Like, if you're driving, you manual. Once you get up in the rev, you don't stay up there. Boom. You shift and you keep moving. He was staying. I was like, oh. Sounded like he going to break it. Couldn't be his. I don't think it's his.
You gonna break it.
But nevertheless, that was one of the greatest cars I've seen this week. This week has been real dismal as far as cars are concerned. Like, you don't really see too many things out there unless you go out to car meets. And not for nothing, we'd rather be here talking to our people than to be breaking our neck to be out somewhere Saturday morning. But I will say that was one of the meanest cars I've seen. And just to watch him drive it that way was just horrible. I was like, he's holding off. But then we drive by a hoopty Honda Accord, slammed burgundy, black tent, all kind of flags coming out the joint, exhaust bent, stock wheels. And as soon as I take off, he take off like he want to run with me. I said, bruh, I'm gonna slow down so you can
you can have it. You can have
the whole road, fam. But it was funny. It was a mix, you know what I'm saying? But what you got?
So I seen actually 3 machines this week. So Thursday, right? I'm at my mom's house, right? So I'm talking to my aunts, right? And I hear something coming down the block. I'm like, yo, I know that sound. It sounds awfully familiar, right?
Boy, sounds like Boost.
Right? No, not even. Wasn't even in Boost. Yo, so I'm talking to them, and I see from the corner of my eye. And then I told you I heard it. I'm like, y'all look. Yo, 2009 GT500 hardtop in the Vista Blue. Because I told you I heard. I'm like, yo, that joint sound like a Shelby. But I'm like, nah, I can't be. Nobody got one of these around here.
Right.
Y'all look some hardtop one, some Vista Blue with the white Le Mans going across the top. I was extra wrong.
He was wrong.
And then the car sounded so clean. Like, it was like, it sounded perfect. Sounded perfect. 5.4, just purring. Sounded great, right? So that's that one. Earlier that day, on my way to Queens, I seen a 2020 Porsche Cayman GT4, white on the orange, with the big red brakes on it. Nasty. I'm like, yo, the Jay Walker will like this one, right? Now on my way in today, right? So I'm doing my thing. I'm tooling down the highway. I so happen, I like to sightsee, son. S.I Shawn loves sightseeing, right? So I look to the left of me, son. Why you got a deep impact blue GT500 2014 drop?
This is what I'm saying, son.
I was like, yo, I'm telling you, son, them Shelby's be, yo, don't be surprised, y'all. Don't be surprised, son.
First off,
I'm telling you, kid.
I'm never surprised at a great sounding American car.
Yo, son, it sounded so clean. Like, it sounded like so healthy, son. Like, really, really healthy, B. I was like, damn, like,
I love it.
I forgot they sound like that. They sound real healthy. Oh, man, son, 32 valve.
Shout to Seneca. He said, he said he saw a stanced Hawkeye that was looking clean. Wouldn't do it, but it was clean.
Wouldn't do it.
So, yo, I'm telling you, money's a problem right now. You got to hold on to your bread right now. And this is why, it's funny, right? The car market is doing the worst it's ever done because people have started to be like, yo, I don't even want to drive. I just want to get on an Uber. Word.
Damn.
Now the car, I'm telling you, so that 400Z, if you wanted to get your hands on one, yes. That Supra, we're going to talk about that later too. We got some other things we're going to talk about with that. But with that being said, man, shout to S.I Shawn for his most extravagant way of saying the car that he saw, man. I'm going to turn the mic down next time.
I'm telling you, it's a little crazy. So
it's all good. We all get crazy here at Rally Radio. You know what it is. But with that being said, we're going to set the show off, man. You got any shout outs you want to give, kid?
Man, I just want to shout out to everybody out there who's doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Who managed to get through the week. That's good, man. And not for nothing, y'all. Just keep it cool out there. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. There's two guys out here doing their thing, keeping you up to date with the auto news and more. Let's go.
Let's go. You already know what it is, man. We are here. This is Rally Radio. So with that being said, like I said, I want to give a shout out to everybody who rock with us, who tune in. Don't forget, subscribe, share. You already know what it is. We got a lot of things going on. Definitely gonna be putting out a lot of different content. I got a little project that I'm working on outside of the CRX, outside of the bike, outside of the Infinity and the Type O. I have a lot of different projects, but this one in particular is we're gonna make sure that this is an interesting story, because to me it's a story from rags to riches, or riches to rags to riches again. If that makes any sense. But with that being said, let's get to the show.
Let's go.
Weekly specs. Auto news for all the listeners, only on Rally Radio.
All right, you already know what it is, man. It's the bearded one here. We are here in the building, and we're going to jump right in with this. It looks like the European Union mandates speed limiters on all new cars to enhance road safety. This is very, very interesting right here. And you know why? Because for whatever reason, we always take our cues from EU and California, what we're going to do with the rest of the world. So let's get into it. In an attempt to prevent drivers from breaking the law and endangering themselves and others, the EU is making speed limiters mandatory on all new cars. The new rule comes into effect on July 7th. And what is today, you ask?
I think today is somewhere near the 6th.
That is a fact. Today is the 6th. So tomorrow it takes effect. And it says while they do not impact the UK, it does affect Northern Ireland. Intelligent speed assistant technology. This is what they calling it. Intelligent speed assistant technology uses a speed sign recognition video camera and or GPS linked speed limit data to advise drivers of the current speed limit and warn them if they are exceeding it. While drivers can accelerate and brake as they would normally while ISA is activated, the limiter sends haptic, audio, and visual warnings to drivers who break the limit until they slow down. Many new cars already come with this feature, but it can easily be overridden. The new rules ensures cars will feature ISA systems that cannot be permanently switched off. They restart every time the engine is restarted. Wow. What's your thoughts on that, kid?
I think, this is just another, simple form of control.
Yes.
And it's not good. But then again, they also let us know that we don't even have the self-control that we need in order to truly operate these things.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think it really does come down to that, because let's be real, it's not truly about safety. Because when is it ever really about safety?
Never. Skeletor voice.
Yeah, right. It's never really about safety, and they just also just, if you ask me, they doing a little bit of strong arming, because they letting us know, like, yo, at any given moment we can have them do what we need them to do.
Yes.
In order to slow you guys down.
Yes.
No matter if you like it or not. But they're gonna tell you don't buy. People gonna still buy. Don't matter. So I just think this is just another form of just control. Ultimately.
I mean,
because they could have been did this.
But you know what though? I feel like they could have been did it, but now they have it's like what I said before. They have the correct people in power to do this.
For sure.
So it's working.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the scary part. It's like, you know what, man? Like, I mean, listen, let's talk about a speed limit of 20 and 10 miles an hour.
Let's go.
What is that? What is that?
So like you said, like we could at a brisk walk, we could do 10.
Come on. But yet and still we sitting here like, oh, we're gonna need more speed control. Like, I mean, bruh, how much more speed control can we get? I mean, you already lowering the speed limit as crazy as it is, and we talking about here.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Europe. Europe, I feel sorry for them, but
Europe is spinning out of control, if you ask me, son. Like, they just kind of reminds me of America a little bit.
Well, the thing is, right? Yeah. It has to overstep some boundaries of privacy, right?
How?
Because the cars are coming with cameras that are taping while you're driving. If the cars are coming with cameras that are taping while you're driving, like, think about that.
No, you're right, though.
Think about this. So if it's telling you that the speed limit sign up there says it has a camera that recognizes speed signs, and then it's going to play a noise to let you know that you're over speed until you slow down and that you can't turn it off. Think about that.
So, and then you also got to keep this in mind, right? You can't access none of that footage neither. So that's even crazier, though.
Right.
You're right, son. It's like,
That's crazy. They said that the car recognizes the sign. Also, it uses GPS to know the speed limit for that road. Now, that's not the first time we've seen that.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
We've seen that in Google.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had a Tom. Remember Tom? I still got my Tom too. Tom is my road trip. That's my road trip. I got to take him every road trip. I know he don't work. His maps ain't been updated. But at the end of the day, just the fact that he just, I love it.
Yeah.
But I remember I didn't have a speedometer in my 4-door EF Civic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used the speedometer that was on the GPS.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. It was telling me how fast. When I went over speed, it would go, boom. I set it so that I would know.
Yeah.
But now it's not doing it where you it's going to keep doing it. And they said when you turn it off, it's only going to turn on again when you restart the car. And eventually it's going to get to a point where you can't turn it off.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So this is very interesting. How do y'all feel about that? Drop your comments below. Don't forget to give us a phone call if that's the case too. The number is 516-206-0711. Give us a call, man. How do you feel about speed control in that manner? Go ahead, S.I.
And another thing, right? Again, man, we keep saying, or they keep saying rather, to increase road safety. What is road safety exactly?
So to me, road safety would be less potholes. Let's start with the stuff that they can control.
That's what I'm saying. It's little things like that. Like, yo, let's start there.
They don't want to do
let's pick up the garbage that's on the roads. I
can't front. One time, and this is why I always say, yo, like, things are magnified when you're on a motorcycle.
Oh man, son.
I remember one time I'm riding and I thought I heard
everything
is a hazard, son. Everything is a hazard on the bike. I remember one time I'm riding and I heard a noise, and I thought the noise I thought the noise was
what?
I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
So I go to pull over.
Yeah.
And when I go to pull over, I crash into a bumper that was just sitting on the side of the road. Like, because I went around another car. When I got over, there was a whole car bumper there. Like, damn, son. It's crazy, God. There's a whole car bumper doing this. Shout to my guy, Dr. Phil. He's in the building.
Let's go, Dr. Phil.
Oh, don't mean that to be too loud. I'm sorry.
Yo, it's you're right, man. It's like, let's just start with the things they could truly control. And then it's like, our driver's gonna appreciate it.
Come on. Yo, son. Shout to Seneca. He said BMW drivers will ignore it. The same way they ignore that chime. That when you don't put your seatbelt on, they be having that chime. But I will say this, though. They're talking about people don't want to recognize it. They gotta remember something. And see, this is where I know it's not about better driving. It's all about control. Because the more you hamper a driver, the more assists you give a driver, the worse they are. And it's proven.
See, it's not like one of those things that, like for instance, right? It's like, it's not one of those things where you're going to want to take back that independence type of deal. You good. You like, you know what? Okay, you stopping for me. You let me know when things are there. I don't got to pay attention anymore. Why do I want to drive still?
Come on.
So I think eventually, again, we said this before, I think they just alluding to just Xing out the whole person behind the wheel. That's where it's gonna go. That's the only way I could really see it going. Because like you said, you're taking away all of our cognitive abilities to drive. All of our awareness is about to be out the window, son. Like,
but you know what pisses me off about it the most is that the people that are making these decisions don't drive. And I'm telling you, how I know this? Because at the end of the day, you wouldn't be for that if you drove. If you think about it, automakers have developed various safety gadgets that interfere with driving range. They have.
They did, son, and it's still no good.
And it's like, at this point, like if you have to point your car to something and crash into it. Rest in peace to those. Rest in peace to the NYPD officer who lost her life with the drunk driver driving into the nail salon in Long Island. Is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
And see, for that he deserves what he gets. But why does everybody else have to pay? It's like, okay, fine. Well, we'll make sure this never happens again. How? You legalize alcohol.
Man.
For real. If that's the case, then you're gonna put the alcohol breathalyzer in everybody's car.
Remember, they talked about that.
Do you think it's not gonna start with this?
Oh,
She's an NYPD officer.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, they use situations like
They
this.
do. You're right. This is what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of times, y'all may think S.I.'s wilding. I feel like a lot of times things be planted, son. Like, yo, let's expedite this.
Word.
Let's do something to bring this situation to light. Like, let's do something. Let's manipulate the situation. You know what I'm saying?
I always say
I
to
feel like
myself,
things like that be happening. Son.
I feel like how did he do that?
This is what I mean.
How did he do that? How did he square into like? Come on, bro. I mean,
They planted him, son.
Yo, son,
he took one for the team, son.
He said, "I got to do this." That's crazy. I wouldn't be. Listen,
Man,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I wouldn't put it past nothing. I mean,
kid, I wouldn't.
When you think about 9/11,
bro.
you think about a lot of these different things
saying,
that
son,
happen. It's like, come on.
And
then the laws that came behind it.
Come on, son. This is what I'm saying. You think it's impossible?
I don't know. Bro.
Like time just strikes so well. It's like, oh man, we can't pass up this opportunity. Is that a joke? Come on,
no,
son.
it's not.
Come on,
and we've seen it, but I just feel like at the end of the day, it's like there's so many things that they've done with speakers. This sounds like Terminator. Skynet said, "Listen, you know what? You know who's most dangerous to people? You, the people." So what they started doing?
I'm telling you, we talking about this right now. Y'all probably like, yo, Rally Radio, they bugging. Watch. Yo. I feel like we haven't been off the ball like that. Like, I feel like we be hitting the mark a little bit. Like,
so we the Simpsons, son. We the Simpsons. We be talking about it and it happens.
I'm telling you, son. Give it time. Watch. Think about it, son. The more and more they come to terms and be like, yo, y'all can no longer control yourselves. It's over.
It's a fact. And it's got to be violating somebody's rights.
But
it's like, come on,
Jay Walker. You know they don't care about nobody's rights. B. They like this. Y'all don't even know y'all rights.
Yo,
you don't even know it.
You want to laugh? So I got my title in the mail.
Okay.
Right? I got my title in the mail and I was like, okay. And they had this thing about exhaust in it. So I was like, I'm reading this thing and I'm like, they give you a whole caption of a law that says, oh, you can't have this kind of exhaust. You go for inspection X, Y, and Z, right? I typed that same law into .gov, and when that law comes up, none of that stuff is there.
You joking?
I'm not joking. I go and I type it up. I said, yo, let me just see this law, like what they talking about with this exhaust law. None of that is there. And it's like, well, maybe the thing is they changed it and they haven't gotten a chance to change the law to land.
I hear you trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Like they didn't get around to it yet.
But they sending it to your house.
This is what I'm saying.
They got enough to print it, though.
Son, so that means, right? They got somebody over here getting busy writing, typing things up. They don't got nothing to do with what's really over here. And they're just sending it out to people.
And what's crazy is they ain't got Johnny Hancock back there with the feather to write it in on the Constitution. But of course not. This is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's like I just don't understand it.
So
and
when
it's
you make up the game, you can make up the plays. You can make up the rules, B, as you go.
That's a fact.
Think about it, son. As you go, man.
That's a fact. When you look at this European control, they like, what can it be used for? We could call it a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
But when you research into it, it started back all the way to 2007. This is ISA. It's Intelligent Speed Adaptation. Started in 2007. Do you remember when Verizon, for your teenagers, they was like, yo, you know what? We'll give you a thing that you could put in your OBD, OBD1 port, and you could control the car, and you could see where it's going. You could set a geo fence so they can't drive outside of that. That's when it started. Because from there, the insurance companies picked it up. Now the insurance companies was like, oh, you know what? Put this device in your car so we can see how you drive, and we'll save you a couple dollars. But what do they do with that information?
Come on, they use it against you, son. They use it right against you. You know what? You was wilding a little bit. Let's just hike this thing on up for you. And keep in mind, I don't know if a lot of people know this though, but a lot of time the insurance be out the wazizlis because you paying for people commission on top of that. It ain't straight for that policy.
No,
you're paying people's commissions every month, son. They got you. Yeah, the extra 400 is coming. So your joint really could be like 200 or something or less, but you over here paying the extra 400 or 500. If you lucky 700 to somebody else, huh?
That's crazy.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's all scamdemic.
Scamdemic. It's part of the game.
It is.
This is what they doing. And now you got to look at it. These cars are global. So you mean to tell me they're gonna have cars for EU and America where they don't put the cameras in?
Come on, son.
Why?
Exactly, for real.
Why I'm gonna do that? Yo, listen, we'll just disconnect it. And then when they agree with it, we'll connect it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you think they can't do it, watch what happens with Tesla.
Oh,
People act like, listen. They said the full self-driving is unsafe. He was like, all right, one button, boop, turn it off.
Yep.
Oh, it's safe again, boop, one button, turn it on. That means it's always been in the car.
Damn.
You mean to tell me, yo, how many times have you purchased? I'll give you a prime example. When I bought the Type R, there's certain things that other cars may come with that my Type R won't have. Like it has like other things that they don't consider you need in the Type R. But if you start opening up the little compartments, you start seeing the connections for this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So
it's like they're not getting rid of it. They just like, we're gonna save it for later.
Absolutely. Just like even like, just to go a little bit left. Let's say you want to do like a manual swap on something like a Q50 or Q60, right? Inside of the brake reservoirs, they got ports for the clutch lines and everything like that. So like something as simple as that, like they don't just remake it. No, they just cap it off or close it up or close the connection
and call it a day.
Exactly, until it's time.
Shout to Marlon, resident Toyota guy. He said they don't disconnect it; it'll just run in the background.
Dang.
It's a fact.
You wonder why you got parasitic drain.
You wonder why you like, what's going on? Your battery being drained by the GPS that the government is using. That's crazy. Let me stop. They're gonna shut us down.
I'm telling you, man. They coming to terms like, we're gonna keep slowly implementing these things, and they're not gonna do nothing about it. That's how it's gonna turn, huh? Telling you're gonna be pulling up somewhere. He's like, yo, fam, you're not even driving. Yo, it's not even an EV. How you not even driving? Yo, they controlling it for me. I told them where I was going.
Right.
They like, you know what? We got this, fam. You can't do it.
And another thing that drives me up the wall with this, right? And this is what kills me. Like I said, this is Rally Radio. Everybody knows that we talk about autos here. And the only reason we even talking about politics right now is because it intertwines with what we do. Exactly. We're not sitting here. We don't want to preach any kind of like blasphemy and nothing like that. But at the end of the day, as long as I have been on this earth, they've always talking about speed kills.
All the time.
Speed kills. But let's be totally honest. When they say speed was the reason or speed is the factor, how clear are they?
Well, what they try to do is so in the middle of them working on being clear, right? They try to paint the picture. They try to recapture the scene. Oh, this person was traveling through here at such and such mile an hour, right? They like they think we silly. They moving their heads back and forth like, they going through at 120, right? And we buying it. Oh my God, 120. Not to mention there's wild stationary things around it though.
Or better yet, right? I'll give you a prime example.
Okay.
Let's say the speed limit is 35 and you're doing 40.
Okay.
Right? Now, you think that going 5 miles over the speed limit is really going to kill people? You think that's what it is? Or do you think that it has to be added with something else? Do you remember? It's like a mixture of things. When I went to motorcycle safety course, I did the 3-day safety course, and then I took the license test at the end of it. We actually got a chance to sit there with a guy who races Ducatis, and he always said speed is not the problem. He said is one of three things. Either you're riding outside of the limits of yourself, you riding outside the limits of the bike, or you riding outside the limits of the road. If you are doing any of those things, you are in trouble. And he gave us a good scenario. He said, if you are riding a dirt bike on a smooth paved road, but you're speeding on it, there you go. Or you don't know how to handle it, there you go.
For sure.
Or if you're riding a Hayabusa on a dirt road at 100 miles an hour,
with street tires,
something's going to happen to you.
100%.
So when you think about it, right, when they talk about, speed was a factor, what does that mean? Like, let's say, for instance, you take speed out of it. You think this wouldn't happen?
That's a good
you
one.
think that if he, instead of going 40, he was doing 35. You think 5 miles going to make a difference between whether he's slamming to the back of that truck? No,
absolutely not.
The problem is that he wasn't paying attention.
Or the problem is that thing was stationary.
Exactly.
That's what it, again, man, they use speed as a fear. I think that's like a fear gadget. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to use this tool of speed to make it seem like, oh, if anything is speeding or anybody's speeding, like you said, 5 miles an hour, it's gonna make a traumatic difference, right?
Right.
That's not normally the case. It's not normally the case. The real problem is, man, we're not being held accountable, right? We're not learning how to drive. Yo, son, tell them what the driving test is. All you gotta do is bust 2 rights and a left and a whop, and you done. What is that?
What kind of test is that?
What kind of driving test is that? What kind of, yo, son, you're not accomplishing nothing in those 7 minutes.
Listen.
And you telling me you ready for the road.
Listen. What they like to use with speed is called fear appeal. And fear appeal in advertising is a message that is designed to scare the intended audience by describing a serious threat to them.
Yeah.
The advertising tactic is to motivate the intended audience to engage or not engage in certain behavior based on fear. If you get a chance, look it up. And you'll see for yourself that they've done a successful job
for sure
in turning speed into the enemy.
For sure.
Where it's not speed.
Nope.
It's the on top of that, it's the drunk driving.
Yep.
The drunk drivers are ridiculous.
Nah, they out of pocket.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that you're jumping behind and you're impaired already. And you're like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna drive this car is ridiculous, right?
No, I think the real tragic behind that is you don't know when to stop. You don't even know your limit. You thinking like, oh, I'm good. How you good? You 12 deep.
Yep.
And you I'm about to wheel this home. How you gonna do that? See, that's the problem. The problem is your lack of judgment. The problem is your lack of just responsibility. Like you don't even know what to do.
And what is the one thing I learned when I got my license and when I got a car is that this is a privilege.
For sure.
It's a privilege and a responsibility.
100%.
And this is one of the reasons why I say to myself all the time, like, impaired, it's crazy.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? But now there's other things that you got to take into consideration.
On top of that, right? They legalized weed. How?
And then you know what they said? But you can't do it behind the wheel, though. Come on, y'all gotta laugh at that one. Could I get him a gong for that?
Give him the gong.
Come on. They said, yo, but you can't do it behind the wheel. Meanwhile, I'm driving and all I smell is chronic coming out of people's cars.
All I smell is chronic.
It's crazy out here. And you mean to tell me and then we got to think about distracted driving.
Oh man, son.
We can't, yo,
all of it, from what year you want to say from? What year? I want to say from 2005.
Okay.
About from 2005 till now, all the vehicles have been distracted. Like they have more gizmos and gadgets in there to take you from the main focus of this whole situation, son.
And you know what? At first, I was like, what does that mean? And then somebody pointed out to me, they was like, yo, do you use your phone while you're driving? I was like, nah. They said, I said, I don't make phone calls. I try not to be picking up the phone dialing.
Yeah.
They said, but I bet you be selecting music though.
Damn.
I said, damn, they got me right there. And when you look at it like that,
that's a fact, son.
When you look at it like that, now you got to say to yourself, yeah.
So, even like with the whole backup camera deal, right?
They
now have took your focus away from a 360, even though some vehicles got a 360 thing in it. However, though, even with those systems, they don't even pick up things correctly the way they should.
Yes.
Right. So now they took your view away from the 360 deal because they always teach you or tell you watch your mirrors, blah, blah, blah. They take you away from doing that to focus on a little screen now.
Right.
Another distraction when you think about it.
It is. Shout to Nicholas Cavalieri.
Let's go.
Shout to Splash Brothers. Don't forget, you want to get your car detailed? Check them out. Splash Brothers. It's my guy, Nicholas Cavalieri right here. Yo, Nick, Lily, he says right here, he says, Splash Bros here. I got something for y'all on this topic. He said, yes, the driving test is just a formality now. A lot of the new drivers, no matter what age, really can't drive. I am totally in agreement with what he said.
I'm telling you, son, it's little. And now that we even noticing, right? In Europe, remember, Europe, you got to go through like tears before you could.
Used to.
Right? That's what I'm saying. So when you think about it now, that system might have been like, yo, we're not getting them on the road fast enough. I mean, so we can't get no money out of them. So let's remove this.
We going there now.
Let's
we
remove
need money.
this now. That's what I'm saying. Let's remove all that craziness now and let them, you know what I'm saying, run wild.
Because see, and this is what I'm gonna tell you what I learned from a couple of veterans of law enforcement. And they have something called milking the cow.
Oh, snap.
Now, we've grew up in the 80s,
Mhm.
right? Early 90s.
Yeah,
they used to have a lot of dope houses.
Okay.
Right? I don't like talking about it, but it did happen.
For sure.
You would have dope houses where you had dope fiends going in the house and buying the stuff and coming out. So the senior guys that I know in law enforcement said they would do what they call milking the cow. They said instead of shutting down the dope house, we would just get every crack fiend that come out of there. We done caught them with dope, and now what do?
Yeah.
We take them in, we process them, we get in overtime. So they milk the cow. So it continues to stay there.
Damn.
They just keep making money off the people that's coming out of it. Oh, and you need an arrest? Got you. My man, let me see. Empty your pockets. I ain't got nothing, man. Turn around. He got 2 nicks in his pocket. Oh,
yeah.
You going in. Oh, you popped a warrant. This is how it is.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. Shout to Mr. 2JZ. What's going on? He said they'll talk about distracted driving and you'll see a bunch of clowns trying to be New York's top swim team on the highway. They are wilding out here. Shout to Marlon. He said too many amenities in vehicles today takes away from the driving experience, and some makes non-drivers think they can drive. Woof.
I think even with, like what Marlon said, with all the amenities and, bells and whistles, some people like to call it, I think it makes you even worse of a driver.
I gotta take that. I got take a step back on that.
Okay.
Not necessarily the traction control and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna have people who drive these cars who make a mistake, and to me, that's when those things should kick in. And I'll give you a prime example. I was driving my Infiniti M35 out of nowhere. I mean, I was moving down the road, and she pitched to the side. It's not something I would have expected. I didn't even know what happened. Mm-hmm. She pitched to the side. Next thing you know, you see all of the lights come on. Boop, 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 all the warning lights. And the car says, shh.
Yeah.
And fixed itself. And I just continued driving. And I said to myself, see, that is kind of what you need that. Because you're going to have people out there, something's going to happen to somebody. And if they could mitigate it through that, I thought that was great. That all-wheel drive, that AT, how we say, ATSSA, SEA, ATTSEA, the traction control system for Nice, it worked that day.
So here's the thing, like certain things like that is fine, right. But we need to leave it there though. We need to leave it there like that. You're right, traction control. Listen, I'm not completely against it, even though I don't really, operate with it. But I get it though. It makes sense. Like you said, some things just come out of left field. You're right. For instance, right? I remember I'm driving the 400 one day, right?
Yes.
I'm going to see my grandmother, right? I'm going to the cemetery to go check out, right? It was a cold February morning, son. Get up there. This is before I even moved out to Long Island, whatever, right? So I'm out there early morning. It's probably like 6 in the morning. I'm out there, right? So I turn inside, right? So now I'm going down the road, right? I make a right. Now I make another right turn. The car just almost went into full spin move. But I didn't know, like, when I turned, you couldn't tell the whole road was icy, though. It was complete ice. Right. The joint, tried to spin, but like you said, all the systems came on and it was cool. I'm like, you know what? It makes sense right here.
Yes.
I get that. This makes sense, but again, leave it at traction control or whatever like that. Because another quick story. I remember, right? I'm somewhere, right? Somebody's driving in a 428 BMW, right? Those are relatively new. Backup cameras and whatnot.
Yes. This
person's backing up, and they still managed to back into a parked car, bro.
That is hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. So now you got things like that. It's like, yo, fam, you still can't even operate.
I gotta laugh because if you got to back up, I'm gonna keep it a buck, right?
Wait, Ben one. This is not the early BMW system where they just gave you the warnings with the green, light green, and red. No, this is a full
camera.
What
full
pixels,
view.
All that. You get everything. Right?
She got a whole Canon lens back there. Can't see jack. Oh my God.
Still backed into the whip and then peels out.
Here's my thing now. Also with the bells and whistles, like for instance, right? GPS, music, things like that. Now, that's also distracted driving. However, with the addition of CarPlay and Apple Play and stuff like that, now it's like you kind of less messing with your phone and more messing with a bigger screen. Yeah. And I guess if you I like to set that stuff up before I move. Because I like to pay attention to what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying?
And they also tell you to get acclimated with your wheels. Makes sense, but people not gonna do that because reason being it's just too much going on. If you limited at a couple controls on the steering wheel, cruise control, and you can adjust your volume, pick up a phone call or two, leave it right there.
Yeah.
Now you got sport mode over here. You got paddles over here now. For those out there who get down that way. You know what I'm saying? You got traction right here. You got too much going on. Like, when's the last time y'all seen like the latest Ferrari steering wheel? Did y'all see what's on there? It's so much on there.
Yeah.
Wiper blade, buttons on the steering wheel. What we doing?
They want you. I guess they don't want you to never take your hands off the wheel. It's crazy. Shout to my guy Zoom for Zoom. He's in the building too early. Shout to Shy. He's in the building too. Listen. He said all new cars with self-driving cruise control have cameras that watch you to keep you awake. None of this is new at all. And then shout to Marlon. He said, when a car could launch in the rain, lost me. It's dry. It's one thing. But how does that same car stop in an emergency in the rain? This is very true. Shout to Zoom Zoom said was good. I don't know. I got to look at, I don't know. I will say this, right? When it comes to speed and speed control, if you believe that speed is like, okay, fine. That's like, let's take walking and running.
Okay.
If I'm running, right, and I see a pothole up there, you mean to tell me because I'm running I can't react?
Basically.
So if I'm walking and I'm not paying attention, is that the same deal?
It is, but I guess
Think about that.
No, you're correct, but I guess they're looking at, you're right, the reaction speed.
No, but the problem is the inattention.
Ultimately, though,
listen, there's times when I'm on my motorcycle and I was reacting. Boo, boo. But that's like what I said about bikes. Mm-hmm. You have to be committed. There's no other room for nothing else. You look off for 5 seconds, look your head back.
That's very long.
You could be in trouble.
5 seconds is deep.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Especially if you're moving at like 70, you ain't gonna say you're even going fast.
Just to
mm-hmm.
If we cared as much about the other little silly things we do during our commute or during our drive or what have you, if we put that same amount of attention on driving and let's just trying to pay attention and be safe, it will be far less crashes, speed or no speed. Speed or no speed, because I remember one day, right, I'm dropping wifey to work, right? We at the light. You had this RAV4 and the Camry, right? Opposite directions, right? The RAV4 was busting the right. The Camry's busting the left. So they gotta kind of fade cross each other now, right?
Right.
Yo, why the hell did the RAV4 run into the Camry, ran on top of the hood and flipped over?
Damn.
Son, they going no more than 7 miles an hour during this turn. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So it ain't about no speed. It's the inability to pay attention.
That's crazy.
And they was hurt.
That's crazy. Shout to
Flipped
Mr.
on the side.
Mr. 2J, he said he's trying to give us a call. It's going to voicemail. Nah, the phones are on. Parker called a little while ago. Just give us a call. Try it again. 516-206-0711. 0711. Shout to Seneca. It said TLC drivers should have to take a driver's test every year. Camping in the left lane is crazy. Forgive me, but I think most of them are used to the left being the slow lane where they from. Damn. I never thought about that. If you drive right-hand driving in the the left lane.
So I don't agree with the 1 year. It should be every 6 months or every quarter. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to forget. That's too much time in between.
A driver's test?
Driving class, driving lessons, something, 8 hours.
I think once a year.
Nah, son, that's deep.
I
that's
think
too long, son.
if you come on, son, could you imagine having to take 4 days out your year for your license?
Yo, if you doing the wrong thing, yeah, I can see that.
No, so that's a different story. Now you talking about if you get caught doing something dirty.
Oh, better yet, just like Seneca just said, like, yo, once like they in the left lane.
Come on, son, they gotta take 4 days off guard.
Not even 4, make it 2. Condense it.
Son, you're a funny guy.
Condense it, son. Come on, get busy. Because how many of us are tired of the left lane campers? I'm tired of them.
Son, at the end of the day, I think maybe the car should remind them.
Ooh, maybe that's not
they
bad.
Don't want to
see. Oh, here we go. Let him go.
Shoot,
Let him go, Jay Walker. Let him hear it. Because we on the show.
Why don't they have the car remind you of good habits?
Damn.
Nah, we just gonna control you. Why don't we have the car remind you, you've been in the left lane and you're doing below speed limit. You should move to the right. They won't do that.
That's too easy.
It's too smart.
Oh, snap.
Because it solves the problem. They're not milking the cow no more.
Ooh.
Because if you get a speeding ticket, it got to be crazy if the ar was warning you. They pull you over with no problem now. Now the speed, think about it. This is a lot like the way the trains are running now. And we're going to talk about that in a little minute. Shout to Dr. Phil. He said ABS pulses the brake based on how it's programmed much faster than a human foot can. That's how it stops in an emergency in the rain. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm still not a believer in ABS. There's many times where you put the foot down, you feel it. Yeah. And it's like, but nothing's stopping. I don't like that. So
what is it?
My wife would tell you. You talk about ABS and pulsing and brakes. She going to conniptions, bro. You get too close to another car, she be like this. Look.
And
she don't like that.
So another thing, right? The ABS is not the end all be all. If your tires is smoked, it's a Reynolds wrap. It don't matter. It don't matter. So the ABS is not an end all be all. It's not. It's not. Everything has to be in everything got to be cohesive, son. If it's not, then it don't matter about no ABS.
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I can't. Shout to Jay. Give us a call, man, 516-206-0711. The phones are on. I don't know what happened. We just spoke to Parker a little while ago.
For sure.
I will say this, however, right? And we got so much more that we want to cover. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Listen, you got to start thinking about how much control you want to give people over your own life and your own freedoms and enthusiasms. You got to think about that. Yeah, they talking about safety and all of that, but you know what? They not talking about having a robot sitting in on their little coffee shops and what they talking about, right? Because that's what they like to do. But now you put a camera and put a video and put audio inside of there and watch how fast they vote you out. And I'm saying it because there's only one type of person that's looking for something like this. And that's that kind of person that likes to sit in Starbucks with a laptop and want to do all kind of other. Listen, that's what you like to do for your freedom. This is what I like to do for mine. So at the end of the day, it doesn't, my freedom doesn't interject and kill people. We can't say that because a lot of terrorists have got their plans together in the Starbucks. Free internet. We can't track you. Don't get me started, man. At the end of the day,
jumping through firewalls, getting crazy.
Come on. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Yeah, it's your boy, Mr. 2J.
Let's go, Jay. What it is, he's in the building early.
Yeah, Jay probably was calling the wrong number the whole time.
He was calling the wrong number, son. He was calling somebody in Alaska.
He's wild.
It was like 615-602.
You know what, though? I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I'm with the wife right now. We're actually going out and about right now.
Oh, congratulations.
That's what's up.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, so what's it called, man? Yeah, I wanted to finally call in, get everyone's time on everything. What's it called? It's the whole it's funny. They've been demonizing speed for the longest.
Yes.
It's like the German must have said.
Yes.
Listen, speed will kill you if the instant stop that will.
Okay.
And it's a fact. But no, I mean it is true though that honestly the whole driving test is more of a formality than it is an actual test for your skill. Because for the most part, at least what I remember during my driving test, I think I was only in the car for like 10 minutes and they just said, all right, you passed. It's fine, but then like out in Europe, they got to see if you can drive a manual. Like they hand you a manual and they tell you if you know how to drive this, you're good.
Yo, y'all want to laugh real quick? I almost failed my first driver's test. And you know why?
No.
Because I did he said I wasn't I did a K turn, the KU turn, and he felt I wasn't looking in my mirrors enough. He said, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to take some points for that." And I'm like, "Damn!" Like I thought I was looking because I'm looking as I'm, and so that always sticks into my mind. So I find myself looking a lot more.
Yeah.
But you know what? It developed my vision. So now my vision is like, I see everything now. Like I'll be like, dude, like and I could react to it. But he actually was like, oh, nah, during that K turn, that KU turn, 3-point turn,
Yeah.
he felt I wasn't looking enough. So he took points for that.
I definitely failed my first one though.
Did you?
Yeah, touch the curb. You know, touch the curb. You smoked after that. Smoke
Jay,
once you touch the curb.
Yo, good, Jay.
You know what? Honestly, so there's a trick to it, and the trick to it is when you're doing it. Because I think everyone has always like messed up doing the parallel parking thing, is to actually aim the mirror to the ground. If you aim your mirror to the ground, you'll always see your curve.
But I got a better one for you. You all right?
No, I'm good. Yeah.
What if your car automatically does that? Grace does that. They'll fail you.
Some cars
they turn that off, please. They'll tell you, turn that off.
That's crazy.
Turn that off.
No. Like some cars automatically do it. So like when I did my test, it was like in the 2007 Corolla.
Yes.
Basically it was like, so I had like little manual options. All I did was just before I got started, I just aimed my mirror to the ground.
See,
and that's basically the workaround.
With my Infinity, when you put it in reverse, it automatically tips your weak side mirror to the ground. And if you want to switch it, if you like, this is gonna be your side, you click the button and then it switches over, and or if you leave it in the middle, both of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it does a lot of that. First off, shout to Shadow Gamer.
Let's go.
Shadow Gamer's in the building early. We ain't heard from him in a while. Continue on, Jay. So how's it looking out there in Cali, my brother? Are you looking forward to the speed control?
You know what, man? I can't complain too much about it, you know? What you call it? I was going to tell y'all, because I saw it on the road. I guess they were doing a test drive for it. The new M5.
Oh, it's heavy.
You know, I saw it on the road, and I'm just like, it's
not impressed.
That thing is, okay. If I'm going to suppose the best BMWs, and I'm a bit biased about it,
yes.
E39 and the F90. But to just look at it visually and see that car weighs more than a Hellcat is crazy.
It's like 5,000 pounds.
That thing, man. Listen.
It is over 5,000 pounds, which makes that car heavier than a Tesla Plaid, which is insane.
But it also is a hybrid too.
Mm-hmm.
As a hybrid, but it's also heavier than a Hellcat.
I don't like that Hellcat reference.
Like that is wild to me that it's like that it weighs that much.
Yo, it's crazy.
I will say this, right? I was thinking about this, and I said, if you're gonna get an M5,
okay, give
me 5 sports sedans that you would rather pick up,
okay,
than an M5.
Oh,
yeah. And I can give you 2. Well, one in particular.
Yeah. I can straight up give you 5, but oh, by the way, it comes in 5 modes, and 2 of them are locked off.
Huh?
Yeah. So because BMW does that whole paywall nonsense, 2 of the sports are locked off. So if you want the full experience, you gotta pay. You gotta pay some crazy upsell for it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yo, son, at this point, son, I don't even want it.
Yeah.
And they got a Cadillac CTS-5V Blackwing
in the 4
manual
in the 4
475 on the twin turbo 6. Y'all good with that, brother? Yeah.
Which is hard, and honestly, God, like it's crazy how no one talks about something like that.
But you know what though, Jay? This is what I mean. That's a BMW purists are rolling over and just jumping off the window right now. One, because it's 5,000 pounds. So now I don't want to hear no bad talk about Hellcats on the track.
No more bad talk.
Because it's funny. That's the first thing a BMW do to say to you. Oh, yo, son. Yo, I ain't worried about that. Yo, Hellcats is heavy. You remember, we've seen it.
Yeah.
Now you got an M5, 5,200 pounds. That's crazy. That's truck numbers. SUV numbers.
48 is
that
right.
M5
45
weighs
is
more
right.
than the top.
Well, that's crazy. That is crazy. I mean, it is what it is at this point. If you want it, go get it. I just feel like now there's so many more sedans.
Is there?
That you could get your hands on with power. That Cadillac right there. Why would I want this? Why would I want an M5 that is not manual?
Not manual.
Let's put it
Hybrid.
this
I
way.
draw the line on
It's
hybrid.
either-
Too. I'm cool.
Listen, if I'm getting a sports manual, it's either that Cadillac CTS Blackwing or the PT Blackwing or the Lexus IS 500, which way cheaper for good performance. And it's a V8.
That's another thing. Even though the IS
500
is not manual, still a V8 nasty.
That is
NA.
true. That's true.
NA.
That's like one of the last.
Yes.
That 500 is one of the last.
It's Yamaha engine. Why would I not want that?
I don't know. I mean, but this is what I'm. If they get speed control going, and this is why a lot of these cars they keep moving. They slapping them on the butt, keep it moving because they don't want it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yo, Jay, what else you got for us, man? We got a whole host of show for you today.
Let's see. Well, what you call it? I will be making my return to New York soon. And I will be bringing the ISF with me. So there's that.
Cool. Okay.
Let's see what else is going on. Nothing else really. Just kind of keeping my head to the ground and just out here just trying to make a little hustle. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man, and it's good to hear from you because we ain't heard from you in a while.
Absolutely.
It's good. The phone lines are finally working 100%. Let's go. We are here. You already know what it is, Jay. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we got so much more show. But when you come back here, gotta bring you up.
Factory.
One, two. And we also got to get out there. Are you going to be back for this in the middle of the summer or coming towards the end of the summer?
So I'm coming back by the 20th. So the ISF should be on it'll be back probably like a week later.
Okay.
I'm putting it on the truck. So.
All right. Well, let us know, man.
I'm not driving it as much as I would love to, but I got to exhaust crack. No, I'm not risking it.
I hear that. Well, what about that 300ZX?
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, I what's it called? Someone came and picked that car up. I took a deal and I say no.
Oh, you sold it?
Sold it. Damn.
Oh yeah, I sold that a while ago.
And what did you pick up after that? Didn't you pick up a Prelude or?
Okay, for those who don't know, originally I was trying to get a Prelude first. The owner of that car decided that his son didn't want to let it go. Then I ended up with a 300ZX for a little while. Then one of my neighbors was basically, he loved the car. He said, listen, what did you get for this car? I got it for blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, how about I give you double what you just paid? And I reckon they left.
Damn, kid. Well, with that being said, Jay, we'd be glad to have you back. Glad to have you back on the East Coast. Don't forget to give us a call when you get out there. You and wifey enjoy the rest of your day and
100%.
keep tuning into the show. We're going to jump right into some other business, but we appreciate you for calling in and checking up, man. Thanks a lot, Jay.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm pulling using her phone, but what you call it? But I don't know. I think for some reason it's like not going through her mind. But either way, though, glad to hear from you guys. Please keep up with the good show.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you early. And don't forget, when you come back, hit us up. Let us know.
Factory.
All right?
All righty.
All right, Jay. Peace.
Take it easy out
there.
there.
All right, man.
Later.
All right.
Shout to my guy, Jay, man. We ain't heard from Jay in a while, man.
Let's go.
I have been seeing the post, though. So that's a good thing. But I will say this, man. It's been great to hear from him, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Our connection on the West Coast over there. He's going to be back on the East Coast soon. But with that being said, we got so much more show left for you. And here we go with something else that we was talking about. Now, with speed control, doesn't always mean regular drivers. We're going to talk about ambulance response times in NYC. Now, for those that don't know, for those that's been under a rock, the speed limit in NYC has been dropped dramatically from 35 to 25, now to 20 and 10, that they'll be looking forward to doing with Sammy's Law. But the ambulance response times in NYC has hit pandemic era highs. And remember, during the pandemic, they couldn't respond because they needed a lot more equipment. You go into somebody's house. What if they got COVID? What if they sick? So obviously the time took a little bit longer. So the union president of the EMT and FDNY says The city records show the city is on pace to break last year's record number of emergency calls. He said last year was 1.6 million, and the union says response time to those emergencies are putting the public at danger. He's saying your chances of surviving a cardiac arrest in New York City is slim.
Man.
During the week of Memorial Day, the union says it took an average of over nearly 13 minutes for ambulance to respond to life-threatening emergencies and an average of 28 minutes for non-life-threatening emergencies. They are the longest response times since beginning of the pandemic. We're talking about people's lives, he says. We're not talking about making an appointment with a plumber or an electrician. We're talking about somebody's loved one who stopped breathing and has to wait 11 to 16 minutes for an ambulance to get to their house. Braziliary says.
Sheesh.
The union president says the city is equipped to handle about 4,000 calls a day, but is receiving 5,000 in addition to needing more ambulances. And what do you think he said was the number one reason why they're having trouble? He said, with the lowering of the speed limits in New York City, lowering the lanes that are available for traffic to go through, all the bike lanes that are added, and all the street closures, it's impossible to get through.
Ooh.
Woo.
Damn.
Shout to your mayor Veneer for that. The double flush.
Double.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, that's bad, man. Again, they not. I don't think they ever was truly concerned about that because they know that was gonna also slow them up. They don't want them on the sidewalks, do they?
They don't want.
Come on, son.
We're gonna milk the cow. Well, listen, we gotta keep the taxpayers alive, bro. Gotta keep the taxpayers alive, bro. I mean, if you ain't keeping them alive, ain't gonna be nobody gonna be. Yo, think about it, son.
Right,
it's crazy, son. Yo, the FDNY responded with a statement apparently agreeing with the union that more ambulances are needed. See, they cleaned it up. The FDNY didn't want to agree with the
Of course not.
Why
are you gonna do that?
Because
they gonna cop to that?
It says NY on the bottom. That's why. And they gotta go to the mayor to get their contract. No way are they gonna go against it. No way. This is what I'm saying, son. They not keeping it a buck.
And this I mean, like we here on Rally Radio, we really try to bring y'all none but the truth and only but the truth. And hopefully we spread the word. Y'all spread the word because this is bad, man. They letting us know clearly in our faces, huh?
Yes.
Clearly.
We not care about you.
And and my thing is, how do we respond to that?
Oh, you know how they go, oh, well, this is why we want to pass congestion pricing. This is why we want less cars. Check out my teeth.
Check out my teeth.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. Shout that shadow game. He said, because we driving too slow. Exactly. The speed limits is crazy. And shout to Dr. Phil. He said, finally, a city official with some common sense.
Damn.
It's a fact. We got to look at it and say to ourselves, like, at what point are we going to say we're doing too much for such a busy place? You mean to tell me we increasing the population out here and we cannot get to them? This is crazy, God.
Another thing, right? Like you just said, right? So let's say an ambulance is trying to barrel down the block. How are we gonna move out the way when there's nothing but a bike lane right there or mad bikes right there? Where we going?
And boy,
where we going?
Y'all want to laugh, son? I had my first interaction with a biker. Son, and it was a negative interaction, and it was about to be a negative in the 6-foot ground reaction. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. At the end of the one, listen. Matter of fact, I should say it for driver's etiquette because I definitely want to bomb on them.
Yeah.
But I'm driving the Type R. I'm trying to get downtown, right? I'm going to work, right? Now, there's a point where you come off the Midtown Tunnel, and I'm trying to get to the FDR, right? So there's this, I forget what block that is, but I think it's 2nd Avenue. Maybe it could be 2nd Avenue.
Sound like 2nd Ave.
But I'm trying to get up now. I'm trying to make a left turn to get to the FDR. So now as I'm trying to make this left turn, they got cars parked and you have a bike lane. And they have a traffic light for the bikers now.
Yeah, I noticed that.
This is crazy, God. It's a traffic light that says a bike.
Yeah, they got a bike on there, right?
You can't be serious.
Yeah, they spend money on that.
They spend money on this foolishness. But I see the joint, whatever, is green for the bikers. So I pay heed. All right. I'm trying to make a left-hand turn, but I got to let all of them go. The bikers go. Yo, the symbol turns red. So now when it turns red, we already know what's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah.
So now I go to make the turn. Here come one of these EV bikes, little pedal bike, little Mexican cat, right? Yo, son, I ain't gonna front out, yo. Yo, he came so close to my Type R.
Yeah.
He like, yo, you got to look where you're going. It's stupid. Yo, bro, that was almost his last words. Yo, son, that was almost his last words.
Damn.
I was about to treat him how Tom used to treat Jerry the mouse. Beg it, knock him into the ground like a steak, bruh. Yo, you gotta look where you're going. You're stupid. Yo, bruh.
So he was trying to blame you.
He was trying to blame me. Like I said, you see the traffic light? I said, you see the. Yo, I was so mad, God. I was trying to figure out how to say red in Spanish. Because I was like, yo, I'm a. What is red in Spanish? If anybody could put rojo. I messed up. Listen, man, I be having these interactions and run-ins. I be, I said, you don't see the red? You don't see the red? He said, well, you're stupid. Yo, bro, you say I'm stupid one more time, son. I swear on everything I love, I'm going to cave your chest in.
So, whew, damn, son.
Yo, but I just didn't understand it. It's like, yo, why would you put the bike lane? I don't get it. Give them their own terrain, their own place. Like
their own terrain.
He almost really caught a beat down, kid. Because what was crazy was I stopped and I got out the car.
Oh, no.
And when he hopped off the bike, he was talking to my kneecap. He was like, yeah, but it's stupid. I was like, yo, this dude is like 2 feet tall, yo. Let me just get back in my car and get out of here.
Yo, that's wild, son. That's crazy right there, B. I'm telling you, man.
Yo, but I said that to say, like, yo, the city is set up stupidly. I'm sorry. It's like, nobody's paying attention to this?
Nah,
I said, what is a bike lane with a kid? I said, he not even obeying traffic law. But if he hit me, it's my fault.
Oh, 100%. I'm telling you, son, the motorists don't get no love out here, son.
Yo, son.
They don't get no love out here. It's it.
Shout to Shadow Gaming. He said, not for nothing, Uber is another factor with this. Yo, don't get me started with the Ubers.
Nah, it's bad out here, son. Like, I think what New York City takes precedence over is amazing to me. It's like, when you really think about it, though, it's on the verge of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, son. It's on the verge, son. Like, I can see it. So we almost there, son. A little bit more. We almost there, son. It's bad.
I can't front, kid. Yo, I don't know. Yo, first off, the fact that he almost hit the Type R was like hours. Because I said, if I got a bike dent from a dude that I know can't afford it,
son.
Oh man, he was like, it's stupid. And then when he kept saying, I said, yo, my man, watch your mouth. I don't know where you from.
Yo,
watch your mouth. I'm gonna tell you, it was just one of those kind of things, man. And I just said, yo, what? Like, this is, and you don't want cars? These bikes are more lawless than cars. They on the sidewalk. They jumping into the street. They not obeying red lights. Come on, son. I ain't even gonna get into it, but I'm just saying that to say it's crazy out there.
Nasty work out
Shout
there.
to Mr. J. Shout to Jay. He said, "Are we going to Sevens Day tomorrow?" I'm gonna tell you what, man. That is more like a invitation thing. And you know what? I would like to go to see how they're gonna respond to these exhaust cameras that's in the city. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it could be Sevens Day, but they're gonna have to pay $700.
Yeah.
$800. Because them rotaries ain't low. And I'm going to tell you, we already had a situation with the dude with the Porsche.
Man.
What was his name?
Jerry G.
Jerry G. He ended up having to buy an Acura Integra Type S.
Mind you, keep in mind, he said that Porsche was his dream car. Finally got it.
Come on, son. You don't care about your dreams. Are you crazy? This New York.
Oh, no. So how they said, though? How they said, like, if you want the American dream, you got to be sleep. How they say it like that? Oh, yo, it's crazy out here.
Heard that one. That was actually pretty raw, man. Shout to Shadow Game. He said to create traffic and chaos. Said they trying to make the city into the suburb. That's a fact because they moved from the suburb to the city. But we're going to hold that one for later because I'm going to tell you at the end of the day, what they not really what you're not really understanding is a lot of these people that came from these other rural places and they move into the city, they see the value. So they see the value in living there, that this is where all the money's at. It's crossroads of the world is what they call it, right? So now everything goes on here. You know what? Why can't this city be better? You know what they did? They actually held the politicians' feet to the fire and they getting what they want. You know who never did that? Us. We never did that. We let them do whatever they wanted with the city. They had crooked cops at one time, all kind of stuff going on. People selling crack 100 miles an hour. We never stopped them. We let them go because we just voted and we did not hold their feet to the fire. They are holding their politicians' feet to the fire. And because of that, they getting what they want.
You know why? So they know how to do it. We was over here hopes and dreams. All right, we're gonna get them in there and we're gonna hope, we're gonna pray that they're gonna do the right thing. They was like, nah, we don't got time to wait.
Nah.
Time is now.
Nah.
And that's what they doing, son. So you
got
to give them credit for that. Like,
gotta give them credit.
They like this. We need results right now, B.
We need results right now. So with that being said, didn't want to go into the political rant, but I just want people to understand that at the end of the day, the city could have been like this. They chose to make it like that because you know why? They wanted to make you not value it. So that somebody else could value it and get you out of here. Sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's the fastest way to empty out a city, make them not love it. You know, but with that being said, man, we're going to jump right into the next little thing. You know, sometimes we got to jump out a little bit. Looks like 7-Eleven. He said, but the suburbs got 30 miles an hour. That's a fact. But that's going to change.
Yo, don't think any of this stuff is going to stay the same, son. There's no way.
Nah, never that.
Nah, B.
Never that. And I think that's the craziest part, man. But I know we ran and we got so much. It's so much to talk about here. It looks like 7-Eleven. It looks like the 7-Elevens are going to have Japanese products in the U.S. stores now.
Wow.
So apparently, for those that don't know, in Japan, 7-Eleven is like the best place you could go with your car. If you ever notice, if you follow anybody from over Japan, I've been looking at a lot of Larry Chen videos and things that he's been doing overseas. A lot of them take pictures with their cars in front of 7-Eleven. It's like a really big thing. So 7-Eleven is digging into that. And they're like, you know what? We're going to put a lot of our Japanese products into the stores in the United States because they know that they have a strong JDM culture. Is that something that
is something?
That's knowing your personnel. You know what I mean?
It is, but then that's going to get shut down, son. You crazy?
Yeah.
All that congregating outside of 7-Eleven like that. They gonna be like this. What?
Looks like a takeover.
Come on, son. That's all they need, son. I'm gonna do smell a takeover, son. It's over.
Word. Shout to City. He said, and no cameras. That's a fact. He said that's because Long Island don't play that. That's a fact. I'm telling you, man. But them same people are leaving Long Island and they're going out further. They're going to the city.
They going, or they just exiting. They just making a straight exit.
Think about the tax game. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't wanna, because if I get into it, it's gonna be political. But at the end of the day, it's just a lot going on. Shout to them, man. With that being said, man, you know how we get down here, man. We got so much show. It looks like somebody sprayed F. Elon on 34 Cybertrucks. He's out here harassing them Cybertrucks. He sprayed F. Elon on 34 Cybertrucks stored in Florida. So they're not even sold yet.
Yeah. He
took that stainless steel material. It was like this. Crazy. In red paint, too. Shout to that. Shout to Dr. Face at the 7-Eleven car club is a thing. That's a fact. Sounds like a setup. It's crazy. But with that being said, man, you already know how we get down. Man, we got a whole bunch going on, man. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We're going to move right on to our next little segmente that we got going on there. Hope everybody's ready. Here we go.
It's Tech Talk with Pop the Bearded One and S.I Shawn.
All right. Now how we get down, man.
Let's go.
It's one of them days today. Yeah. And we're going to talk about it. So, it looks like the 2025 Toyota Supra drops the base 2-liter. And the prices rise $850 for the 3-liter. And Toyota said the manual gearbox drove customers to the 6-cylinder. Ooh, what's your thoughts on that, kid?
You know, it's a little sad for the 2.0 though, because you know, altogether the Supra is going away in general, right?
Yes.
And you know, you gotta it pays contribute to the Z4. Because you know, part of the deal was when the Z4 goes away, the Supra gotta go away. They discussed that.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they discussed that. So that's why it's a terrible fate for the Supra. Anyway, and it's a sad day for the Supras out there. But they should originally came out with this car with the 6-speed in there. They should have did that from the gate.
They should have.
They should have did that from the gate. They should have left the 4-cylinder alone altogether. Period. They should never even waste their time with that.
But could I talk some numbers for a minute?
Sure, go ahead.
So the 3-liter,
Mm-hmm.
382 horsepower, 368 pounds of torque. That is nothing to sneeze
Nah,
at.
it's serious. It's probably more like 400, but that's real though. That's good numbers. And that's one thing I want to say about this car. This car reminds me of a true sports car, son.
Facts.
True through and through sports cars. I don't care what swap is in it.
Wow.
True sports cars, son. I'm telling you, short wheelbase, relatively light, 6-speed, making wild power for what it is.
Son, the
Come
GR
on, son.
Supra 3.0 is $57,000.
Son.
The Supra 3.0 premium manual,
Yeah.
60,000. I'm telling you, for what you looking to spend on these cars these days,
I'm telling you, son.
really listen. First off, I believe they dropped the 4-cylinder because the 8.6 is killing it. It just doesn't make sense.
It wasn't too profitable, and people, well, I'm gonna go grab a 4-cylinder Supra though. Like, why? That time has passed.
That time has passed.
You know
Unless you was buying it to swap it,
or something like that.
You was looking for a cheaper chassis to be like, yo, you know what?
You gonna spend 40, 45 though? Just
Never.
turn around. Exactly, to turn around and still swap. That's crazy.
Right. And not
That's
for
crazy.
nothing. I don't know. That one definitely didn't come manual. It was only
Nah,
the premium,
exactly.
the 6-cylinder.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's gonna kill. So maybe the 4-cylinder to be the one that you find in the junkyard God forbid 20, 30 years from now. But
yeah,
with that being said, you got to look at it and say to yourself, is this a good buy? I think so.
I think it's past a good buy, because you know what? This is gonna be one of the, if it keeps going, if the auto industry, and the environment keep going in a direction, this is gonna be one of the last real ones, huh?
Well,
one of the last real sports cars.
Well, it's funny you say that, because we conversated a little bit last week about how the Mazda Miata dominates the roadster category, the FR category kind of right now. It's not too many left, and you know what somebody had brought to my attention, and I was just like, I don't know. The 8.6 versus the Mazda Miata. I was like, listen.
Yeah, that'd be good, but they got to create a roadster though. It's got to be a roadster.
I mean,
even the FR, even the retractable hardtop one is still a roadster at the end of the day. It got to be a roadster.
Right, but just the fact of just thinking about that as like a rear-wheel drive, like battle for supremacy between the lightweight cars. I thought that was
the Miata put that thing to shame though. It's not the same.
So you believe that? You
Absolutely.
believe? Okay,
Miata,
so then,
listen, man, the Miata's a champion, man, through and through. It don't matter.
Okay.
You gotta have some. Whatever Mazda did, they perfected that recipe, son.
Okay.
I see a gang of them on the road, B. They perfected this, huh? And they only made it better. So listen, if it's not something serious, B, with a convertible feature, roadster, whatever, it ain't touching this, huh? It ain't touching it. And it's NA.
All right.
It ain't touching this, huh? You gotta boost it. Whatever they doing, they gotta boost it.
They teamed up.
Yeah, they had to. They had no choice. They had to. Think about this. Mazda stay loyal to Mazda. They ain't have to go nowhere else for nothing, especially not no Miata.
I don't know if that's true, or not for the Miata.
Not for
that Miata has already been theirs.
That Miata been that Miata has been a bundle of waviness.
Yo, this guy here, he's talking spicy like he about to go bow.
Yo, so I go front. Y'all hit me up for a second. I was considering. I was like, damn, man, it's nice. Remember I was a salesman at Mazda, so I got to test drive all of them. I was like, yo, this Miata it's not bad, B. It's not bad, son. For what it is and the level of excitement you're gonna get out of it, son. Come on. Yo, and you can still get it with the 6-speed in there, son. Come on, B.
Says the guy that was just backing his Z4 Supra.
Come on, son. Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, man. As I'm realizing, man, as we continue to go through this, man, there's some of us out here who's true to the game, then there's some of us who's not. That's just how it's gonna be. That's just how it's gonna be in this whole car, atmosphere. I realize that's what it is, man.
He talking.
We pick and choose. We on different sides. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I will say this. However, definitely looks like a good battle.
It won't be a good battle.
Ooh, meanwhile, it was co-developed with Fiat.
Okay.
Oh,
a co-development, and that. All right, they probably had a 1 or 2, ideas to throw in there, but it don't matter. So I bet you won't. I bet you could look at the entire car. You won't find a Fiat part on there.
Well,
Bet you.
I tell you
Let's
what.
go. Riley Radio.
We ain't gonna look at too much of the Fiat and the Mazda affinity for each other, but Dr. Phil, as usual, he keep you honest.
That's a fact. That's cool.
He keep you honest. But I will say this now. Now, the new Pagani hypercar is the first and only. It's the only Pagani with a manual transmission. There's been one Huayra.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that name because it's like you can say it right or say it wrong.
That's a fact.
But this new Pagani hypercar is the first and only manual transmission Huayra. Wow.
Because when they first came out with that one, it didn't come with it. It didn't come with the clutch in.
As a matter of fact, if you think about Sir Lewis Hamilton's Zonda that he had.
Yeah.
His engine was built by
Mm-hmm.
AMG, and he was the only one that had a 6-speed one at that time. Remember when?
But that wasn't a Huayra though.
It wasn't a Huayra, it was a Pagani.
It was
a Pagani Zonda.
Regular Zonda, yeah.
But he was the only one we seen with a manual.
That's a fact. Even though the Zondas did come with the 6-speed a long time ago. They did. But yo, man, listen, man.
Shout to Phil. He said it's the most gorgeous thing on 4 wheels I've ever seen. I can't front. I seen this car and I was like, this is what dreams are made of.
So that's
guided shift. And I mean, it's not even like low down in the seat. It's high up. Oh my God. It's such a beautiful, beautiful automobile, man. The Pagani Huayra Epitome.
See, you gotta understand, like, why do they still create some of these wild, crazy horsepower cars with a clutch in it?
Because somebody out there that has the paper is like me.
I think it's more than the paper, because what they've been telling us is a lie that you can't have a high horsepower car with a manual. That's baloney.
Of course,
and people buying it.
But what is it really saying to you? It's saying that when you make the money, you make the rules, right? That's what you just said.
Ultimately.
So at the end of the day, this is for the regular degulars. They can't have it. You can have it.
That's why they over here still selling brand new Vipers and they discontinued, right?
Boy. Don't get me started, man. You see how he always get us started? You see that?
Telling you, some brand new Vipers like they is not discontinued. But yeah, it's crazy out here.
It's a lot going on out here. Shout to Phil. He said that shift linkage is something God himself conceived. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I just looked at it. But however, though, I don't know if it got that Aston Martin beat though with that exposed shifter linkage.
Okay, yeah. That's stupid. That's crazy.
V12, twin turbo.
That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. And of course, if you didn't hear that scream, that means that he's really excited. If you didn't hear that.
I'm telling you, son, it's crazy out here. It's crazy.
So, with that being said, man, like I said, there's so much that we wanted to talk about. I don't know if any of y'all know Randall Cobb. Side note. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Randall Cobb is?
No, who's that?
So Randall Cobb played for the Green Bay Packers. Okay. Right? Crazy name.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers came over to the New York Jets, Randall Cobb came with him. Do you know that last week his house caught fire? He barely made it out.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about that. Yeah.
We talked about it, right?
Absolutely. Due to the what? Tesla charging in the garage, right?
He had a Tesla charging in the garage and the charger caught fire.
Meanwhile, he probably had his whole electrical house done over. That's what you got to do. You got to get your wiring done. You got to get your wiring up to date or you can't even get it, right? So I was trying to tell a couple people I know that got a couple Teslas, a couple charge packs laying around the house. I said, yo, y'all, pay attention. Yo, I got my electrical done. I'm good. Pay attention, fam.
Right. I'm just saying it happens.
That's it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they, cats be, listen, Rally Radio, we ain't telling you nothing. We not telling you nothing we don't see or nothing we not reading, nothing. At the end of the day, this is news.
That's a fact.
But I'm going to just say it's crazy like that. And now we're starting to find out that Amazon's electric vans that they got from Rivian are breaking down and bursting into flames every couple days.
Are we not surprised, huh?
And they said the charges may be to blame. This is hilarious. But we'll continue on, man.
Test dummies, B.
Test dummies, kid. We got so much more show for you. And not for nothing, we're going to get right into it. Before we move on into our next segment, we're going to talk about this GR Corolla. Now, I've seen this GR Corolla live, circuit edition now. Seen it.
Carbon roof?
Yes. Got a chance to sit. No. Carbon roof.
Okay. And the etched carbon roof, like it looks all like gray and old.
Black and white.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a beautiful car.
Yeah.
But to sit inside of it and drive it, it was like, bruh, there's some assist there.
Tell me your favorite part. What's your favorite part about it?
My favorite part is that it's all-wheel drive.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
No. That was not my favorite part. Now, for those that don't know, like my Type R comes with match rev.
Okay.
And I'm able to turn it off. I turn it off, right?
That's I don't come with match rev.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's
S and an R. It's okay.
That's okay. It's fine.
SRQRS.
See, it's good. The thing is though, right? Is when you need assist to rev match, and it always comes back on, right? You turn the car off and on. You gotta think about that. But it's okay.
Mine don't do that. So the Type R, when you turn rev match off, you got to turn it back on in order for it to come back on. But it looks like the GR Corolla has rev match in one of the weirdest places.
Yeah.
So apparently, when you put this thing in gear, as soon as you go to lift off the clutch, it match revs to help you take off, and you can't turn it off.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, it all makes sense though. All right. These cars are not. First off, they're not meant to be driven the way you think they are.
Okay.
They not. Because when they, like we said it before early in the show, when these vehicles start to come with more and more of these type of assistants, right? That means they had letters sent to them. Like, yo, man, taking off in first gear is a hassle. Can you help me?
No.
No. Learn to drive. Like, it's one of those, but it's not. They like, damn, man, we got to sell these because, like you said, Toyota, not for nothing, is one of the manufacturers out there still trying to give us, quote unquote, what we want, right?
But get another Corolla.
Damn.
Get an automatic one.
Damn.
Go get the one that's the SE. Leave the GR alone.
But that's how you know, man. It's not. I tell you this much, though, the Super don't got that. I leave that right there.
I don't
know. No, I know. I did massive. The Super don't got that right there.
I didn't know that the GR Corolla would come.
I didn't know that neither until you said that, But hey,
I said, bro, this is crazy. But with that being said, you got to look into it a little bit, man. I'm like, it's a lot of assistance out there, and that drives us to our driver's etiquette. Hope you are ready, because here we go.
Driver's etiquette. Go. Because sometimes you got to get this off your chest.
All right. Now, we talked about this a lot today. Assist, right? How often, right, would you say that you've driven with no assist?
How often?
Have you ever, first off?
Absolutely. It all goes back to the even from the Integra.
Yes.
Mine, our Colin Powell came about one thing on it, which was traction control. So I took that off, right? Even remember the Super didn't come with nothing. So I didn't have anything on that car. Even from the Shelby, I always took off traction control. I always thought it was pointless. For me at least, because again, like when you I don't know, I learned that from you when you even like with your bike, it has nothing on it.
Right.
And you got to really learn how to operate this
do.
thing. So I took that, to really consideration. Like, you know what, man, I can have traction on, but
what is it doing?
Exactly. What good is it for me? Like for me, if I really truly understand what I'm doing. So to answer your question, I never operate with any aids on. I'll take it even on the bike. The bike has traction control, I'll take it off. It has power levels, I leave it on the strongest setting. I don't never touch it after that. You know what I'm saying? Even the SI, traction control is all the way off. For me, there's not really a point in it for me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't operate. I feel like it takes away something from me when I operate with those things on. You know what I'm saying?
See, all right, now my thoughts are this. First off, shout to Shadow Gaming. He said it's for the longevity of the clutch.
No, well,
it makes sense.
That's
if you don't know what you're doing.
My point exactly. Yeah, sure, that's cool. You're right.
You will burn out in first gear. We've all seen it.
Sure, that definitely happened, but you don't need that assist to make the clutch last long if you know what you're doing. So you're right. It could be, used for that.
At the end of the day, I get, it makes it for everybody.
Yeah.
It makes me think about when I got my motorcycle. I got my 750, the first one, and he was like, yo, when I used to lift off the clutch, they was like, all you gotta do is lift off the clutch and it takes off. Mine wasn't geared like that. So it was the way it was geared up. Because you could turn the little gear by the handle.
The idle.
No, not the idle. You could by the clutch lever. You know, the gears, the little gear that's by the lever.
Okay, yeah,
If you do that,
Yeah.
you can make it to where
it could do that.
engages.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mines don't do that. I guess I have to mess with that.
No, I guarantee you gotta
No, it has it over there, but I never like mess with it so it could take off when I release the clutch. I always
Right,
gotta give it a little throttle.
you could do that.
Okay,
Right? So mine wasn't doing it, but you know what it taught me? It taught me how to feather the clutch.
this is what I'm saying.
It taught me how to how to feather a clutch. Not oops, I took off and now your front wheel is in the air and you holding on for dear life.
That's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying?
Doing a 12 o'clock nooner. You don't really want to do that.
So my thing is final assessment. Are assists good or bad? In your opinion. Let's go.
Well, dang, that's a real good one, man. Like we said earlier in the show, like even so before I even answer that, even back when we had the 400 Red Sport, I always took everything off. Never rolled nothing on, but for some reason that morning, like I said, even though, right, when you take up some of these assists, they still come back on. Right? So do I think assist is really like needed, right? Is that the question?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Do you feel like are they good or are they bad? Like that's it. We're gonna put a vote out there and that's that.
Oh well, okay. I'm not.
If
so
you
I'm
could
not
do away with it, would you?
Oh, I would. Yes, absolutely.
All assists.
Every last one of them. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. You know what's odd? For some reason, the ABS and SI just comes on depending where I'm at.
Yes.
It's weird.
You're probably doing something where it needs.
Nah, no. Hear me out, right? I could be coming out the gas station for some reason, right? And it'd be like, maybe it's this situation. It's like a decline.
Yes.
And maybe one wheel gets in the air or something like that. And then when I hit the brake, it probably feels like, yo, we got a problem. So that bothers me a little bit. But I feel like assist, I could do away with assist, huh? I could do it away because some of them are too intrusive.
Some of them are too. That's true.
You know, but yeah, I could ultimately do away with it. What
that's
about
true.
You?
Shout the Shadow Game. He said assist is a double-edged blade. He's right. Because I feel like at the end of the day, assist. How is it assisting you? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it assist? Is it a crutch, or is it helping you? It's one or the other. There's a lot of times where you see assists turn into crutches. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, for instance, like a match rev. You know what I'm saying? That's a crutch because now you think that that's going to happen every time you get in a car and start driving manual. But now you get into, let's say, an 88 CRX
or SI,
or SI, and you go to downshift and there is no rev.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But then you have other assists that help you. Like a traction control in the rain or a traction control in the snow or something like that. You have assists that help.
Yeah, but in those situations, right? What happened when there wasn't that though? You had to get busy, right?
Or you slowed down.
One or the other. But you had to learn the vehicle. You had to learn what you was doing.
You had to learn the steps.
No ways about it. Because like you said, now it's gonna crutch. Now it's a handicap now.
But again, this is why I asked. To have them or just do away with them permanently. And I think that when it comes down to it, shout the Shadow Gamer. He's right. It's a double-edged sword.
Sure it is.
It's all in how you wield it. And I feel like a lot of people wield it as a crutch versus what it was originally put there for as an assist. And it really made me think of that with the GR Corolla. Like, I was like, damn, man, do I really need this? Like, would you really need that to put it in gear and then you go to take off, you just lift off the clutch and this, you know what I mean? Like, is that necessary? And I was like, I feel like the assists to the point now have been crutches.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you have, like, even in MotoGP right now, the motorcycles come with traction control now.
Yeah.
I remember before when I first started watching MotoGP, they was against that.
Yeah.
And they voted against it because it was like, yo, we don't need it. But they probably saw so much stuff where people was like, yo, they need it. I don't need it. Valentino Rossi didn't need it.
See,
Casey Stoner didn't need it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree.
But when you get to these new riders,
yeah,
they need it. So it's a double-edged sword. That's why I asked about it.
It is definitely a double-edged sword, man. I don't know. I think I agree with that. It is a double-edged sword, but me personally, I just do away with it altogether because at the end of the day, like you said, it really. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys right now. The backup camera has handicapped me. I don't even like using it no more. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I remember because you got it. Oh, it's cool. I found myself using it so much.
Yes.
I stopped learning how to negotiate.
So
I was like, nah, kid, I can't do this no more. That's why I start like for the last like few years now. I've been learning how to negotiate again with distance and space. Like, now, hold on, man, where I'm at. So that's just something I had to share with y'all because I feel like it becomes too much of a handicap now because you rely so much on it, and I don't really like it like that because you lose it, you lose that ability slowly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So I will say, right, when it comes down to the backup camera, and for those that you're gonna see the video soon enough, but I went to go look at a certain car. And when I went to look at that certain car, I got in that car. When I got in,
you were scared.
No, come on, brother. This guy, man, telling you, don't let this.
He said, "Yo, ain't no traction, ain't no aids. What I'm gonna do?"
Nah. So the thing was, I got into the car, and it's just nostalgic. That at this point, this car was one of the most expensive cars you could buy.
Yeah. Forget about research and development.
Right. And I mean, when you look at all of the things that are on this car, and it's like, yo, no backup camera, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, like, oh.
Nah. It just remember I told you when I took my driver's test, he told me I didn't look enough. So now my habit is to look all the time.
Yeah.
So, but I'm just saying, at that point, you start to see, is it a crutch or is it assistance? How it should be. And I feel like there's always going to be a mix in between, because some people can turn something that assists them into a crutch, it's a weakness. And you know what? At the end of the day, how could they expect you to pay more attention and know what you're doing when they're putting more crutches under you? Which is why speed control is honestly their end game. It has been their end game for a long time, because now when you look at it, right? Oh, you know what? Like you said, traction control. Oh, backup camera.
Yep.
Oh, your control.
Yep.
So
lane
you don't
assist.
roll over, lane assist.
Blind spot monitoring.
Come on. Now they say
radar detection.
And now,
stop for you.
Yep.
All kind of things they got. You're right.
And now they say speed.
The jaywalk is right. He's on to something, son. You're right, bro. They gave us every assistance we'll possibly need to be A1 drivers, and we still can't do it. So what's next? Stop the speed.
That's a fact.
That's it.
And then
Clamp them.
This is why the whole show was based on this, is because now you get to see for yourself. They've went everywhere, and they've got you so used to those crutches that was once assists that now they're going to give you the ultimate crutch.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your speed. They're going to slow you down, man, whether you like it or not.
I mean, we could only we should have been able to tell like this is gonna be the natural progression, because again, they gave us everything, son. Every type of aid, bro, that you can literally ask for, son. You go over to the lane, wheel starts vibrating, start making. They gave us every sort of aid, son.
Yeah. And what does Skynet do? What does Skynet do when they realize that it's the person that's dangerous now? Take them out the wheel.
Yeah, take them out of the equation.
We'll do it all for you. This is what you're seeing.
I mean, they kind of try to allude to that with the self-driving. Like they started it. Don't worry. Yo, listen to me out there. Don't worry. It's going to be a day that comes. We're going to be looking at each other. Nobody's going to be driving.
Yeah. If it's already happening. Look at Waymo.
Exactly. Waymo accidents. Check them out.
Waymo. Somebody put up a video the other day of them getting in the taxi. They like, yo, man, take me to XYZ. They look up there, there's nobody there. He's like, yo, ain't nobody there. I'm like, you still in there?
I'm good. Yo, listen, y'all. They want to talk about speed. Yo, we moving at a pace that we can no longer control.
Literally.
Yeah, it's over. Yo, listen, y'all. Riley Radio, we said it first. That's it. We going.
You already know. With that being said, shout out to everybody who tuned in, paying attention for that driver's etiquette. That driver's etiquette was brought to you by
yes.
the Jaywalker's new cologne.
Let's go.
Concrete Melon.
Let's go.
Watch where you walking out there. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, shout out to everybody who tuned in, paying attention. You know how we get down. We coming down to our favorite part of the show. Everybody likes this part, including myself. You already know what it is, man. Ready for this?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
Oh yeah, Legends of Auto, man. So this one for today's a little bit different. Hope y'all enjoy this though. But I will say this: every legend is not without its faults, right?
Let's go.
So I'm gonna start this off on this. This is what you basically can still get today, sort of with a manual transmission. Hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all think about it. Might want to go out and go a little shopping after you dough get a little bit right. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of Better One's favorite. He said he a cop to this day. 2024 Jeep Wrangler you can still get with a 6-speed. That's not bad though, son. That's not bad. That's not a bad one. That's
Rubicon
that one.
392.
Nah, you can't get that with a 6-speed. That's
Of
not
course,
happening.
of course,
Of course not. That's not happening. Nah. So with this one, you only can get the bottom of the basement with the 6-speed.
Okay,
that's it. You know, but
I'm
I
good with
take it
that.
though. Yeah, I take it. You still knock the doors off. You can still make it look cool. Put the little winch on the front, just get you got toast on, make it look hot, right? I could get with that.
Jurassic Park.
Telling you, son. I'm telling you. So I could get with that. So another one. And Dr. Phil had that tell me a little bit about this one before. You could get a Ford Bronco with the 6-speed in it though. 7-speed and that's the Crow feature too.
Yes,
the 7-speed, which is pretty cool too. I'm not really for it though, but since you could get it with a clutch in it, it's not too bad right there. Not too bad. No, not too bad of an off-road vehicle. My personal favorite one though, right? The Toyota Tacoma with the 6-speed. You can still get one of these with a 6-speed. See, Toyota again, man. Toyota is out here trying to do some real work. I get it.
God's work.
No, not until we figured out Corolla's a little, I don't know, a little sissy, but it's so good. I need to save my clutch.
Yo, son, don't you ever pull up with a 1.63 cylinder with a big turbo talking about the boy. Go in there. Continue on. I'm sorry, we don't want to interrupt this.
But yeah, though, not for nothing. You could grab this the Toyota Tacoma with the with a turbo 4, right? Making about 270 though.
He said is that Marlon says that the Jeep, the one with the inline 6.
What's the bottom of the basement? No, it's the 4. You only get the 4.
Okay, continue.
You only do the 4. Yeah, in this Toyota Tacoma, you can get the the TRD version.
Ooh.
With the 6-speed in there though, with the turbo 4 making 270. That's not bad.
Could I add one to there?
Yeah.
Chevy Colorado.
You could rock one of those with the 6-speed in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I could too.
Those
come with the 4 though, right? Those come with a 6 in there.
4 6-speed, ready to go. I would get the hella lights to the top.
See, that's not bad. That's not bad right there. Ain't gonna front.
Boy.
That's not bad. So that was just like the pickup and what would you consider those? The
pickup.
What about the Bronco? What is that? That's like it's not a crossover.
No, those I would consider those it's not an SUV.
No, it's not.
What do you consider those?
Wrangler, it's not.
I think those are more sport utility than
than the actual SUVs.
So we're gonna go with SUV for now.
That's a fact. And another one that I like that's pretty cool, people kind of sleeping on. The Mazda 3, son. Hatch. The hatch with the 6-speed you could get, son. This is what I'm saying, man.
The hatch with the 6-speed. Yeah.
I'm telling you, son. Like again, Mazda been low key for a while, but they still putting out some machines though, son.
Oh yeah,
I think so. So that was just a couple legends right there that you could still possibly pick up today.
Let's go
with a third pedal in it. Have a little fun, little off-road action.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? You can break traction doing this right here. I'm telling you, man, because not for nothing, it's gonna be going to the days of these.
Yes,
going on it, especially a pickup.
That Chevy Colorado is really the one I'm looking at.
I ain't gonna front. That Toyota Tacoma is like
with the crazy suspension.
This is what I'm saying. You could get the TRD option.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
It's crazy. So
yeah, man, that was a legend for today, man. It just made me think about like how it once was. Like I get it, we got to move on. Supposedly, yeah, I don't think so neither, right? But
we could get better.
Ooh,
we could get better.
I mean, I guess we are getting better. We have first gear assist, pull off, save your clutch. We got that.
Crutch or assist. It's a very thin line.
I'm telling you, it is, man. It is. But I hope y'all like these legends, man, because they're gonna be going.
It's a fact.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
Another thing about the whole assist or crutches type of deal. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember, if you ever seen this video. It was what's his name? Damn, what is his name, man? From Japan on the scuba track with the green racing suit.
Oh,
I can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I know who it is too.
Yeah. Okay. Right? They call him Drift King.
Yes.
So he at a point in time, remember when he drove the Hellcat?
Yes.
He drove the Hellcat. He had a problem. He said the assist was too much, way too intrusive. Then he drove the NSX. Same deal. Couldn't get the car to do what he wanted because the assist was so handicapped.
And you know what's crazy? I find, and when I saw that video, I hate to get into it, but you already know how we get down. Yo, it made me say to myself, like, then what is this thing really capable
That's what
of?
I'm saying. If they really let you do what you want and you know what you're doing,
yes.
what can it really do?
What can a Hellcat really do? Whew. Scary. Because I was like, people crashing them with all kind of assists.
This is what you gotta want to crash this thing in order to crash it.
I'm looking to crash my cars. I want to crash one time. I don't know what to tell you. I just want to crash.
So that just made me think, like, also, could the power be a handicap or a crutch?
Damn, never looked at it like
Could
that.
it be that? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I love power. And you know what I love about power?
What's that?
Power gets you out of some situations.
That's very accurate.
Sometimes you're just in a bad spot,
yeah,
and you need to power up out of there. And let me tell you,
that
on my
low-down
motorcycle,
mid-range torque, yeah, you need that. So to get you right up out of Dodge.
Yo, you be like this, out of there. I remember one time I was riding my 1000, and
you still got that
up
joke?
against the wall. Pause. I was right next. Yeah, that's to Schoolia, the Drift King, DK.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I was in a situation where the truck started changing lanes, and I'm already like, obviously, I'm probably in his blind spot. I'm in the fast lane, but obviously, because my motorcycle was small, I was in that weird spot, like not at the back quarter, but I was but like I want to say in between the trailer.
Oh, okay, got
so you know, he probably looked and just went, and you know what I did?
What's that?
Right out of there, kid. Sometimes you need to get out of there.
You do. It ain't enough just to hit the brake. Sometimes you
No.
gotta just go.
And if I hit the brake, and then the car runs into me,
that's
then
what I'm saying.
I lose.
Exactly.
So sometimes I tell you all the time, you need power to get out of these.
You know, my thing is you need some torque, son. You need some torque. Yeah. Low range, mid range, you need some torque. That torque has to make sense.
I'm telling you.
Yo, because I be on a hub lane, right? I know about to get out of here. We running short. So people be trying to overtake me. I'm on a hub lane, right? They feel I'm going too slow, 70 miles an hour, right? Yo, they'll switch over to like the right side where you could cross the line, and it will take them forever to pass me because they don't got no torque or horsepower. So it's ridiculous. I'm like, yo, nah, you need some torque, B.
You need some power.
You need some. Yo,
you need some power.
It's crazy out here.
That's why sometimes I say at the end of the day, listen, power is not a bad thing.
It's really not though. But
if you gotta know how to use it.
That's
gotta harness it.
You gotta be able to, figure it out.
I don't got no problem with that. But with that being said, y'all know we get down here, man.
Second nature.
Second in the nature. I know what I'm doing. So with that being said, we're gonna move right in. Y'all know how we get down, man. Let's go.
Mods, the newest and freshest. Modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
All right, y'all know how we get down, man. Y'all know that when it comes down to our hot mods, we always come through with something that makes a lot of sense. But now we're gonna talk about things that don't make sense. Like when it comes down to like spending your money. When is the last time you really went out there and bought yourself something like a tool necessary to do the job on your car? When's the last, like you would say at this time you have everything, right?
No, absolutely not. Not even close. Not even close. But a tool, I'm trying to think. I definitely bought some to do something. Man, I want to say maybe like, what the hell is it? What was it?
Well, don't worry about it.
A torque wrench.
Torque wrench. This is exactly what I mean.
A nice snap-on torque wrench, digital joint.
See, I went and I bought these Craftsman power tools, and I'm gonna tell you, for those that don't own power tools, that's really what this hot mod is all about. Yeah, power tools. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Yo, I got an assortment of power tools now, and I'm like, what was I doing all these years?
No, you're right. Even when I went to go do the suspension on the SI, I had to buy some power tools because there was no way I was twisting none of that shot.
Ooh, boy, that
was
flush the toilet on that. That was something crazy. Power tools, I'm gonna tell you right now, kid. For those that don't have, you need to go get.
That's a fact. My next thing to cop is a decent size compressor though.
Okay, I got a decent sized compressor at the house. You know what I did buy
75
though?
gallon,
No, is it 75?
50 gallon. The
Mine's
50 gallon is
50.
good. That's
Mine's
good.
50
That's
gallon.
clutch.
What I did buy also, and this is really what I wanted to talk about: deep socket wrench. But deep socket wrenches for the power tools.
For the impact gun.
Boy, for the impact is crazy.
Yeah,
I
that
know
was wicked, son.
That deep pause.
Y'all got the
we're gonna
deep
leave that
pockets,
alone,
son.
but you already know what it is. Make sure you get yourself some tools.
That's a
go.
fact. That's a fact.
The newest and freshest. Hey, modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
Uh-huh.
Like when I cop a new tool, I get very excited, son. Well, excited, son.
Boy. He just
I'm like,
that
I
was
need to
probably
use
the
this,
most.
son. That was wicked, dang. So I thought,
He said, when I
offside.
cop a new tool, boy, you cop tools every day. Nah, let me stop, man. Let me stop. That's cold, but
Like even when I got the paddock stand for the bike,
yes,
I was mad excited. I'm like, all right, now I could do my oil changes correctly. I could adjust the chain, do whatever I need to do. I don't gotta, do some MacGyver sort of activity. You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
cool.
That's crazy. He
Pretty
said
cool.
some MacGyver activity. He's just like, boy, he is like, yo,
What a pace car at, so that's
Yo,
yellow flag.
wildin'. But now, with that being said, we've reached the end of the show. Don't have an understeer today. I feel like I had one, but it didn't pan out the right way. So I gotta leave him alone for now.
Mm-hmm.
But we was definitely going, well, you know what? No, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I try to hold back because I want to make sure this was gonna happen, but we're gonna jump right in.
It's the understeer,
What up?
where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, so we're gonna go with this understeer. It look like we're gonna get this understeer to Dodge.
Ooh, why is that?
Today we're gonna give it to the understeer to Dodge because Dodge is actually trademarking the CUDA name. And if it's one thing that I know, and I happen to know a couple things, is that you should not use the names of legends on any kind of car. But it looks like this is what they're reaching for. And if it is, I'm just letting y'all know I'm not with it early. Dodge looks like they're going to bring back the Barracuda name to put on an electric vehicle.
No, they not, son.
And I hope I'm wrong. Everything has been pointing towards them going for the trademark for CUDA, but I had to make sure that I let you know that if you use CUDA, Barracuda, Hemi-CUDA, Hemi-Barracuda, any
CUDA, Hemi, Barra. Don't make it damn different.
don't make a difference. Dodge, don't do it, because at the end of the day, you ain't doing nothing but using the name of a legend to sell another electric car. And if you don't believe that it won't work, I want you to knock on Ford's door and ask them how that went. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, furthermore, if we let this go down, if the automotive culture let this go down,
they the understand. The automotive culture.
I ain't gonna front. It's already a bunch of understairs with the automotive culture, but if this one happens, son,
it's gonna hurt, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Dodge is gonna go down on my list a little. They're gonna drop a couple notches.
They're gonna have to dodge. They're gonna have
hands.
to dodge a couple hands. With that being said,
It's the understeer,
Dodge.
What up?
where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said the battery CUDA. Don't give them no help. Because that sounds like something they would jump with. And he's laughing with the emojis, but we gotta be careful. They just made, yo. You remember what we said here at Rally Radio? I said Dodge is gonna go EV. And me and you sat here and said, well, what name would they use? I said, what else? Charger.
Damn.
And what did they do?
Son,
Charger.
Yeah, son.
Man, with that being said, shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We appreciate all of y'all early, man. Thank you for tuning in with us. Hope you had a good time. Hope the show was good. Shout to everybody who tuned in, who rocked with us. And for those that rock with us and you want to know where to find us, we'll be dropping all our information. You can see it down here at the bottom. GutterballRally, the community Facebook group. That's what we like. GutterballRally, the community. That's where we put all our information, things like that. We got a couple other things coming up. I will say Sevens Day. I'm not breaking my neck to go out there to see a bunch of RX-7s that they want to hide and I ain't got. I get it. I understand.
For sure,
so with that being said, if I'm not part of the inside clique, I'm fine with that. If anything, post the pictures and I like those. But
absolutely.
At the end of the day, man, you know, we got a lot of things brewing, a lot of things coming up, man. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paid attention. You already know what it is. Shout out to Marlon. He said, nah, Electron cuter.
Dang,
they go hard now.
Yeah, wilding right
now.
That alone. You know what kills me? Just the thought that Dodge think they're gonna pull us off think people are gonna be with that.
Come on, wait till Nissan try it with a Skyline instead of the GTR. Boop. Watch that.
Remember, Nissan. No, is that Nissan that's trying to trademark that though? The Skyline name.
No, Ford was trying to.
Yeah, Ford was trying to do it.
Nissan stepped in.
Yeah.
Said, no. But with that being said, shout to my guy Darth Spalding's in the building. Said another great show. Shout to everybody who tuned in, paying attention. Shout to Zoom for Zoom. Shout to Marlon, resident Toyota guy. Shout to Shadow Gamer, tuned in. We appreciate his tuning in, what he was talking with us. Shout to Dr. Phil. Shout to Mr. J. Shout to Jessica Grand.
Let's go.
Shout to everybody that tuned in and rocked with us. Shout to Steven Sales. First stop to the next stop. Y'all know where to find them. You can find us here. Bars and Hoops Radio. Saturdays, 12 noon. You can find us on YouTube at GutterballRally. Facebook at GutterballRally. You already know what it is. So with that being said, you got any shout outs you want to give, kid?
Man, I just want to shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us. Take it easy out there, y'all. Not for nothing. Enjoy the weather. And stand clear of them EVs, man.
Yo, I thought he was going to say stand clear to closing doors. I was like, oh, this guy is hilarious. But with that being said, I want to give a personal shout out to everybody who rocks with us. We got some other things coming up. I also want to shout out my guy, Crown Rick.
Let's go.
He got a right-hand drive Toyota Crown. He got a fully built STI.
Okay.
We're going to have him up here because he's going to talk to us about import and export. It's going to be a very interesting show. So with that being said, until next week, we
are
out.
Drop the clutch, hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.